And they're like, okay, but we also have 6 people. So
Righty ho, we are here.
there's no role play.
Right, music is running and ambience is running. We are live and in colour. What's up? Welcome players, welcome chatterers. We're just going to jump straight into it. Running a little bit late. Not too late though. But session 25, the Festival of the Blazing Sun, was our last session. Last we left off, you woke after a night's rest and adjusted volume and readied yourselves for another long journey, long day's journey transporting the wine to Valaki. The weather has turned ugly and driving rain batters you all as you move along the old Slavich road. Underfoot becoming increasingly boggy along the way. Some of you spot what seems to be a corpse partially exposed under a bush to the side of the road. With some discussion, it is decided that it's best left alone, and you continue onward. After a short time, the rain starts to ease, making the journey a little less unpleasant, and at one point the cart does become bogged, and it takes all of you to help free it so you can move on. Arcos spies an old grave marker a little bit later on. Orvan moves to investigate and finds an old shovel and satchel. Jarek starts to fill in the unearthed grave, and some of you start to help, and the satchel appears to have some old discarded items, but again, decisions are made to let it be. You eventually reach the gates of Valaki right on dusk, and hurry inside the town walls as the gates are being closed for the evening. Here you are informed that the Festival of the Blazing Sun is to take place the next day, and that you're all expected to attend, no exceptions. Adrian brings the cartload of wine to the rear of the Blue Water Inn, and he meets one of his nephews who helps him with the horses in the cart, and the rest of you enter the inn to eat, drink, and bathe. Jarek retires early to study the tome, and is as the remainder of you stay in the inn and overhear some of the townsfolk expressing disdain for the Baron's festivals. Eventually you all retire to your rooms. Orvan then suggested to Ripple that she reach out to the prince. Ripple readily agrees, and the message is sent. The reply comes a short time later, an invitation to dine with the prince at his castle is extended. As all but Jarek drift to sleep, you're all drawn into a shared vision, where you appear to be lieutenants of the young Prince Strahd, planning an attack on the Order of the Silver Dragon. You're tasked to aid a small village by the name of Zemi, and also charged with the protection of your lord. Arriving at the village, a small force of knights of the Knights of Argynvost attack. You defend yourselves and Lord Strahd, and with relative ease, defeat them, defending the village of civilians. You then find yourselves seeing the aftermath of this excursion, and eventually the downfall of the Knights of the Silver Dragon. Jarek realizes that some time has passed as you sort of come to and realize you need to rest and do so. The next morning, another overcast day, the day of the festival. Jarek expresses interest in heading to Mount Garcus. Arcos is opposed and reiterates his desire to leave these lands. Orvan lets you all know about the Strahd invitation. Arcos presses Jarek to agree that going home is a priority, and somewhat gets what he is after. Eventually, the Valakian Guard start to round up the townsfolk, and you all move to the town square. Once there, you watch a procession of people followed by the Baron and his wife. These people do not look happy, as a Wicca sun is about to be lit. A sudden downpour threatens the proceedings. The Baron, in panic, shouts, "All will be well," and tries to light the sun, but the torch is snuffed out. Suddenly, the sound of laughter is heard, sudden gasps from the crowd, and a man yells, Your festival's a lie. Valaki rots, while Berescar reigns under her rule." Before anyone can do or say anything, Isaac Strasny, the Baron's right-hand man, grabs the man and lashes him to the scaffold and proceeds to whip him into unconsciousness, then leaves with the Baron and his wife. The townspeople and guards also scatter and leave the square. You attempt to attend to the man. He utters the words, he keeps her, all of her, in his room, to Ripple. Jarek then turns him invisible, and Reed carries him as you head to St. Andrew's Church, where Father Petrovich takes him in. Leaving him there in the father's care, return to the inn. Many people have come to get out of the rain and drink wine to settle their nerves. You overhear some of the things that the people are saying about Essek. One in particular that stood out was, he's obsessed with some noblewoman from Berescar, I've heard. Orders dolls, same face over and over. You also hear the name Blinsky, which you remember was the stamp on the doll you found at the Durst Manor when you first arrived here. Erwin then once again thanks you for your aid with restoring the wine deliveries and offers you rooms at no cost as long as you are staying within Barovia. You also find out that the people here are afraid and are not willing to stand up to the Baron and in any way at all. And and you've also heard a woman by the name of Lady Vakta is about the only person that opposes the Baron. Ripple mentions Prince Stard's name, and Erwin raises an eyebrow and heads back to the bar, and this is where we pretty much rejoin you now. You sit in the Blue Water Inn about midday, just after, as a heavy thunderstorm sets in. As I said, the downpour just sort of started around the time of the festival. But now this thunderstorm has taken a hold. And the rain is loud against the building itself, against the window. At one point, the front doors swing open violently as the wind picks up as well. A couple of patrons move to secure the doors and reclose them. So I'll turn it over to you now, players, as you've probably got some things to discuss, maybe to talk about, anything you want to do. Not that there's much you can do in this violent storm that has taken hold in Valaki at this time.
You're not talking,
Anybody?
Grim.
You are muted. So nobody's got anything to say.
Right
Awesome.
I was trying to catch up on my notes. I'm so sorry. As well.
always
I'm
right.
listening.
That man
I know.
that was nasty.
I
Do we
mean,
remember the
hopefully-
fact that somebody got beaten up at the festival?
But we took him to the church, so he's fine.
He'll be fine, I know, but still.
I mean, we can't get in between what all
No.
these people are doing here.
This is true.
I mean,
Most
you and me
sensible
both
thing I've
wanted
heard you
me to
say
get
in a while.
big. We both wanted me to get big and tear his arms from his body and beat him with them. We know that.
Who is you? Because I did not want to.
Oh,
get in
so you
the
didn't want
middle
to?
of
You
that.
didn't want to get involved?
No.
Very righteous of you.
I never said I was pious.
Nobody's
Just
interested in
because
you
I-
getting big, Reed.
I'm God.
Oh.
I just didn't think that it was going to do us any good if we did. There were so
It
many
wouldn't.
people to. He's in the right hands now, but this. I hope that with this message to Strahd, like we still want to go that way. Visit him? Is that what we want to do initially?
I think it's a good idea.
Go to this toy store too. That's here, right?
Yes, that is in Valaki, yes.
Yeah, good.
Blinsky's Toys, yes. You've heard the Blinsky name, and you've walked past the storefront and your journeys around Valaki, and it stands out because of it's a toy store. Like a toy store in this
Right.
place just is odd in itself. Even the
glimmer of hope
signage,
and-
yeah, even the signage, like
the
it's a
dirt.
colourful sign, Blinsky's Toys, and it's just not what you would expect here.
Not normal, but what is normal in this place?
I say we go check that
even
out.
if we go, they, you know, he probably pays a lot for the dolls. So like, is he really gonna talk to us about it?
What?
I mean,
About
it's
the-
obvious he has some obsession with someone, and he's paying for dolls. I mean, like, he probably pays him well to, or intimidates him to not talk about it. If you think about it, like,
We
is he gonna talk?
could pose and ask about getting a similar doll face. How they could customize one.
I mean, I like her, but not that much. It's a little creepy, don't you think?
I don't know.
What are we gonna get, like a costume that looks like the doll, and then go sneak into his room?
Well, I guess it also is like, what do we gain out of going to have a look at that as well? Like, are we trying?
I mean, the only thing that I'm worried about is maybe he has some ill will for her, and she doesn't deserve that.
We
and
might
that's
need
where I'm
code
like,
names for this because we're out in the middle of fucking tavern with a bunch
well,
of
yeah,
people.
but I haven't named anyone, so
That's
other than it's obvious that I'm talking about dude, but I mean, I feel like this is kind of a rumor that everyone kind of knows but doesn't. Like, no, it's true. If random people are telling you.
I mean, so we have that. We have the
There's something funky going on there.
our invitation. We could still
We could
we
go
want
see
to make
Strahd. I mean,
Valaki, our home, our like area. We still haven't really gotten anything that'll help us. Shopping episode.
let's go talk to a toy maker. I wonder if Pinocchio's in there.
Remember the last time we went shopping? I mean, I get it.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, that was
Really
great.
isn't
Like,
Any other options? Well,
Didn't somebody end up with a hairy face?
my face has always been this way.
No, not you. The big guy in that town. And he like cursed.
oh yeah,
you mean-
someone got kissed.
Yes.
It wasn't us.
That was the
we
general
didn't-
store on Berescar. Yes, that was way back when.
Trying to buy a potion for her.
Because
Yeah, that was a
we
robbery.
need. We really haven't had like. We're not very well equipped if we need to.
I mean,
go
we do have
somewhere
money
else.
too. We do have money.
Do?
'Cause they're-
We do.
yeah, 300 gold from.
We got 100 gold from Yvonne.
I thought was it 100 or 300?
I have
I can't remember.
970 in my bag. I don't know about anybody else.
I remember
100 from-
Yvonne gave us a bag of gold last.
It's Moneypenny over here.
I think
I
that's
just don't have it.
I'm
I
holding
gave it
the
in.
captains as well.
Oh,
I think I
were
gave
you
it
the
in.
treasurer on the ship?
Yeah,
No.
I did not.
Oh, okay. You just.
That pirate is no
that's
fucking treasure. What are you
pirates,
talking
wasn't
about?
it?
We had like a bursar and a dean and a.
Is it just because it's like half his hot weight? Probably. I don't know.
I just trust Ripple, and I really have no need for the gold in this place. Since we're leaving,
We will be
But
leaving
There's only one thing I
we-
could be looking for.
when we get back. You know,
yeah.
it's there for you when you need it.
I mean, if you want to go poking around in the problems of this place, you know, I'm not going to stop you, because it's not like we can leave now anyway. It's a bit much outside, but
There, Thunder Man.
unless Strahd could just come pick us up at the door, you know.
That would be good.
He did say he was going to send a. Well, not send a coach.
Did he
but,
seem nice?
I mean, he was just like, "You're welcome to my country. I have a carriage waiting for you. There's some
I
horses."
mean, when we met him last time, he
Okay.
didn't seem like mean, but he also was like.
Well,
Comparative to everyone else we've met,
Yeah, when you
That's true.
first
That's true.
last time
met
was at a
him.
funeral.
Yeah, when you first met him, he was paying his respects, obviously, to the former Burgermeister of Berescar.
Right.
he was pleasant and he was
Right. That's what I mean. He wasn't
yeah,
like
he was
super
a typical,
nice, but he also
yeah,
wasn't like
he wasn't there to meet you. He greeted you and welcomed you
Right.
to his lands, and basically
Right.
said that if you needed anything, that he
it was a
would maybe
shitty
able
way
to
to
help.
meet someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the hell did you want out of him? Jesus Christ, Reed.
So yeah, it was
Well,
it was an sort of an in passing meeting. So it wasn't like a formal
Right.
meeting, and this is essentially
It was
what
like
has been
impromptu.
offered. What's been offered is a formal meeting, a dinner, and a discussion.
I mean, maybe he can help like with stuff too. I mean, he is, you know, the prince of the land, so he probably has means of getting things if we need them too.
Where have you been, Reed? This is the whole thing.
Well, I
you
get that. I'm
you all
for
right?
this.
Yeah, I know, but why are you reiterating it?
Well, because
a
people are
flashback
talking.
episode.
People are talking about going to a toy store.
God, I hate filler episodes.
Instead.
Flashbacks,
This is the fluff, okay?
flashbacks make me nauseous.
I mean, we could do a beach episode if you really fucking want. Jesus Christ.
Time to go to the hot springs.
Wait. Beach Pikachu's in this episode?
Bee dolphins, they're back, baby.
Oh fuck.
Oh wow!
Oh, fucking hell.
Sorry.
Oh,
I mean, we're on.
If you really like, if you really like bee dolphins, maybe we can get Blinsky to make you one.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
That might cost you
Wait.
all that gold though.
In a
How
custom
can we
piece
even
like
have a
that.
beach episode if it's raining? Is it supposed to be sunny
Yeah.
for a beach episode?
Hopefully,
That was last
no.
episode.
Hopefully,
Different kind of wet.
No, we got pirates here. This is normal.
Ah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not bothered by the rain at all. It doesn't worry me in the slightest.
Ripple, have you tried to go out in the rain though? Because you can't go into the river.
I mean,
Will it
we've
be
been
better
in,
water?
we've walked through the rain, haven't we?
You have,
Oh,
yes,
we have.
yes, yes, you have.
Well, never mind.
I mean, not quite this heavy or
I was gonna
violent
say,
of rain. I mean, this is a pretty violent thunderstorm. Like the lightning, even though it's sort of now probably early afternoon, the lightning lights up the room as if it was bright daylight. Like the lightning is bright and frequent. The thunder is crashing and is almost directly overhead to the point where it shakes the building with every thunderclap. To the
kind
point
of-
where a lot of the patrons, there's still a lot of people that have stayed here because of the weather, and you can see them looking out through the mottled glass at the lightning flashes and that's out into the streets. And they are not going anywhere. Like, they are staying put because they know that to step outside you're going to get absolutely fucking drenched. It's a
So is
heavy,
this
heavy
like-
downpour.
The Great Storm.
Maybe
of
the
77.
storm. Right. Maybe the storm's assigned to not go visit right now.
Right now. What time of the day is that?
Early afternoon.
Yeah, we wouldn't make it in
All
time
the
anyway.
townspeople that are in here right now.
We could.
How far away is the toy shop from here?
I would say you've passed it a couple of times, so you'd probably know it's probably a half-hour walk, 45 minutes maybe. It's not on the opposite side of town, but it's a reasonable distance from the Blue Water Inn.
So
Yeah, we wouldn't
45
want to go
minutes
On a
in
day
the
like
trip.
today.
It's about a half-hour walk, and yeah, you're going to get wet through. 100%. Like the storm
It's gonna be
is
miserable.
violent.
Just sit and play knuckle bones until this weather sorts itself out. I have some here.
I mean, we
Those are the-
Body a couple of towns ago.
Oh, that's. Now I remember what I lost.
You've
Your
got all
mind?
your
It was
hand
my
tricks.
dice set.
that's right, you did too.
That
Yes,
night.
that's right. It was stolen. along
Oh, I
with
have my
along with the diamond that Orvan was coveting so
A
preciously.
dice set. Oh no, not like a die. A thing that I could use.
Yeah, that thing that you asked me to give you.
Unless they were made of diamond.
Oh, cause
Hey,
I
you don't even
can't.
know
Au
what they were.
contraire.
I could have. I can't. I can. Usually,
know what I lost?
can use it. What?
31?
No,
Your mind.
Marbles.
Your will to live.
big marbles.
I am going to just take
Had
out
this
my
really
flute
bright
and
one too,
quietly
wasn't it?
play.
Roll a performance
Oh.
check
Oh dear God.
because you're not
We
proficient.
get kicked
So
out. We get kicked out.
I know you're not proficient
Ripple's
with your
playing is
flute.
terrible.
I know.
And your performance is... Oh, you +4 on your performance. It's not bad.
Ready?
This one time at band camp.
18. It's not
That
terrible.
was perception. That was
Wrong
perception.
one. Roll the
Sorry,
right one,
wrong
eh?
one.
It's still a
She
+4.
perceives that
Try
she
that
has a
one.
flute.
19.
at
Here we go. It's
least.
even better. So, as a flautist, you're actually not too bad.
Just for a bit of entertainment.
So-
while the weather's
For the sake of the story, what type of tune? And I'm not going to get you to hum a tune or anything like that. What type of tune does Ripple play?
A sea shanty.
Okay, makes sense. What should we do with the Drunken Sailor?
That
Very
sounds
low
good.
in the morning.
Morning? Yep.
The one that everyone
I'd
knows.
sing it, but I can't because I've
And the
got
only
a
reason
flute
the only reason I chose that one because I've been listening to that a lot with Windrose, so it's just kind of it's in the game.
There you go.
So a relatively upbeat sea shanty type song, to the point where you, as you playing along, I'd say Arcos. It kind of, I wouldn't say it relaxes you, but it definitely puts you in a little better frame of mind. It's something you're familiar with, something you would have heard a lot, obviously, aboard the ship, across long sea voyages and things like that, and on a stormy evening, more than likely. So it kind of sets your mind a little bit more at ease than it normally is. Other people, in the end, sort of stop and sit back and listen as well, and then one of the locals picks up a lute and starts to play along with you.
Oh look, I know this one.
Good.
They
I'm
don't-
not saying anything because I'm playing the flute.
No, you can't. You're fluting. Again, like the person playing the lute, it's obvious they don't know the song because they're not playing everything. They're sort of playing along with pieces that they can pick up on. So it's like they'll start playing a little bit and then they'll stop and listen and play a little bit more. So it's obviously not a song they know, but they are a musician of sorts by the looks of it, and they are able to pick up bits and pieces of it and play along efficiently. So I would say, unless you got anything specific you would like to do over the next sort of 2 or 3 hours, this is going to be pretty much your lot. Talking, a bit of music, conversing, that sort of thing, drinking if that's what you so wish to do, until the storm starts to settle, which sort of mid to late afternoon. The wind dies down, the rain settles, and the sound of thunder sort of starts to drift as the storm moves. In what direction, not entirely sure, he's still in the inn.
There's a
So,
bit of a reprieve. I wonder how long that's going to last.
so the storm lasted a few hours at least, and has now settled somewhat. You can hear the dripping of the rain still running off the building and things like that, and some of the patrons taking this opportunity to move on and continue on with their day, as now the rain has sort of let up. It's still kind of drizzly, but nowhere near as bad.
Another one, one of the guys leaving just says, if I have to sing what will I do with a drunken sailor one more time? It's the only song we've heard for the last 3 hours.
No, that definitely would not have been
No,
the
I'm
only song. There would have been many other
Joking.
songs played over the course of the several hours, and it wouldn't have been played for the whole time. But yes, that would have been amusing as fuck. So
Did
yeah, so
Irvan,
yes.
sorry, did Irvan stay here too, or did he end up going to his room?
Erwin, he went behind the bar. Like, he's been here the whole time. Him and his
Wait.
wife have been tending to the people in the bar.
Talking about the guy we travelled with.
Yeah. It's,
Adrian.
Oh, Adrian.
You got Erwin and
Yvonne
Adrian.
is the guy,
Yeah.
the hunter.
Yes.
you guys have got such good
Yvonne.
memory. I literally can't remember anything.
Yes. Ivan is the hunter. Adrian is Erwin's brother, whom you travelled with the wine. No. Adrian would have set off early straight after the festival, and he set off heading back to the winery with an empty cart. Obviously, he's got a job to do with wine deliveries and things like that, so he's heading back to the winery so that they can continue doing what they're doing and continue supplying wine to the rest of Barovia. So he has left, and Erwin would have let you know that he's headed out.
Right. I guess I just want to ask Owen if there's any places around in the town besides the toy shop that of distinction maybe that we should head to.
He kind of says not really. It's a basic town. There's a general goods store which has general goods, which is generally not very good by what he kind of says to you. He does mention the coffin maker's shop in a sort of passing. There is.
Didn't we have a
distinction?
Well,
Didn't we have a thing with a blacksmith?
There was a blacksmith as well.
He told us to meet him.
You did, and
Yeah.
you did meet him, and you.
Yeah, so he's like our buddy. We could go see
Not
him.
really.
He's stealing
didn't-
stuff from
Like kind of is.
You didn't leave on the best of terms with him.
We were supposed to do something for. He wanted us to do something for him.
No, he did not. The blacksmith offended Saira somewhat
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. And then I freaked out
because
outside.
of Saira's affiliations. He spoke poorly of Vistani, and she wasn't happy with that. I mean, you can always go revisit him again if you wished. He did say that he was able to potentially help you with weapons and armor and things that you wouldn't normally be able to purchase elsewhere.
Yeah.
But there would be a cost because
super
obviously because of how he gets them. And
procures
he does make some himself, but how he procures some of the other things that obviously from previous people that did not make it, previous travelers that have fallen ill of this land, and he made that quite clear. But he also made it very clear that he is taking a massive risk by even trading with outsiders. So that's why you met in secret at night. So Lucretia Gregory is the blacksmith.
Could be something.
But you are, if you're willing to return to him. He didn't say that you weren't welcome back. There just wasn't a very good exchange the first time you met him. And he did also say that the stuff that he carries is very simple, so it's very basic weapons, armor, and potentially maybe some basic enchanted items as well, if he's able to procure them. By the sounds of it, one of his sons has the ability to do basic enchantments, but it does take time and it does cost.
I'm just looking to upgrade my armor.
What do you need?
Well, I mean, a breastplate is part of half plate,
Does
so
it need to
I
be
need.
metal?
Yeah.
Ah, shoot. I mean, I could craft you out of
Well,
leather. But I mean, oh, hang on. I have smith's tools. I could.
You'd still, you might have the tools, but you need the materials and the place to work it. So there is only one forge in Valaki, and I'm pretty certain that the blacksmith is probably not
'cause I have
to let
smith's
you
tools
use
too. And I had
his
told-
forge
well,
without a
'cause-
cost.
Exactly. He said that I could assist him to make
Yes,
it
he
possibly
did.
cheaper,
He
but
did.
not free.
It would still cost. He
Yep.
still has to make a living,
Because
and
I
he
have
has
smith's
to.
tools as well.
He's basically, the impression you got from him that his cost is to outweigh his risk. He is taking a risk
exactly.
to deal with you, so the cost is compensation for that risk.
Okay. Well,
Inconvenience
coffin maker
fee.
shop, a
pretty
general
much.
store,
Yeah,
maybe a blacksmith.
not keen to go see the blacksmith. If we're gonna get refitted for anything, let's go to the coffin shop. It gives you a wry smile.
At least it'll be cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what is the plan, ladies and germs? Are we heading out? Are we staying in?
If
Yeah,
everyone
after
wants
this, we
to go
just
to
all
the
stay
toy
here
store-
for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I mean
like,
you've
we're
got
just gonna go back.
maybe a couple of 3 hours before sundown.
Yeah, we can't venture out. I mean, we have to go. So to meet up with, if we want to meet up with the prince, we have to go to the windmill, which is still like
It's probably day and a
2
half.
days.
2 days, what, 2
Day
days?
and a half, 2 days away. Yeah, at least a
Yeah.
2-day journey
So we
by
still
foot.
have to camp out and get some, and probably have something to.
One night's
protect
travel.
ourselves.
That's what
Maybe
it is, one
leave
night.
in the
One sleep.
morning,
Yeah, that'd
depending
be
on
a
what
leave
the
in the
weather's
morning.
like.
Yeah. It's a one sleep journey.
Well, you're really obsessed with the toy shop, so how about we just go there?
Let's go to the toy shop.
Oddly
What the
obsessed.
hexes.
Well, I mean,
It seems like the most fun place to be.
obviously there's a tie to Isaac through Blinsky's toys,
Right.
which is what you've
Right.
overheard in the conversation around the inn after the incident at the square. So there's something about the toy shop which you might get some information about Isaac, perhaps. Who knows?
So, hey boy, we'll buy you
I
something.
kind of like
nice
that
if we find
idea
it.
now. Now that you brought that to my
Beethoven,
attention,
Beethoven.
I might like that.
So is it off to the toy store then?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
believe so.
I don't like.
You leave
like
the
it.
inn.
Super excited.
Do all of you go, or does some of us staying behind? Is a question.
I will go.
All going? Cool.
Yeah, you both like yours.
You head out of the Blue Water Inn, and again, the ground is sodden underfoot. Where there's no cobblestone, like there are cobblestone-ish roads here, but where there's no cobblestone, it's boggy as hell underfoot because of the heavy rain in the past few hours. So it is very sodden underfoot. So it does take a little bit of care to walk because even the cobblestone is slippery in places. Takes you about half hour, 45 minutes to walk across town and it's not hard to find Blinsky's toy shop. And as I said, there's a wooden sign over the top that says Blinsky's, and underneath it in sort of faded red writing is no fun is no Blinsky, seems to be his slogan. And you push through the door, little bell top of the door, ding 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 as you walk in. This cramped shop is dark. I mean, it's kind of dirty glass windows. You walk up to the front window as well. But as you walk in, you spy a very heavy-set man. He's about 6'2", but he's very broad through the shoulders, barrel-chested, big pot belly. He's wearing what looks to be a jester's cap of sorts. Looks very tattered and moth-eaten in places. And the moment he hears the bells, I'll show you what he looks like. As he turns, kind of reminds me of you, Grim, a little bit.
The monkey,
The beard.
not the
I mean,
guy.
not the monkey. I mean, yeah, the monkey, the guy, yeah. But that is Blinsky. I'll just show chat as well.
Well, obviously the monkey's Sharik, so I
That
don't see
is
the octopus.
that is Blinsky there, guys. That is the shopkeeper. And he turns and he literally turns on a heel, and a big grin comes over his face, and the bells on his jester's hat jingle as he turns, and at that moment this monkey just appears and up on his shoulder, sitting next to him as he turns. And welcome, friends, to House of Blinsky, where happiness and smiles are brought at a bargain price. Perhaps little girl or little boy need of joy or need a toy. Yes, please. Come. And again, this shock of happiness and sort of joy. You can tell it's a well-rehearsed sort of slogan or something he says to every customer, but just this level of happiness just stands out in this town because no one really is like is like this in this town. Everyone's sort of gloomy down the dumps. They're very they're not wanting to converse very often, and those that do are very cautious. He seems completely opposite to that. Come, please. What do you have? Little girl or little boy who needs joyful toy, perhaps?
Arcos claps Reed on the back. He's like, pick yourself something nice.
I fucking knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
I have a fucking beard.
Take something home to Droplet.
Now let me just turn around and shave real quick.
Do you guys do custom animals?
Of course, I do everything. And he just sort of waves his hands around the store. And as you look around the store, this is when the gravity of this toy store kind of sets in a little bit. As you look around the toy store, the first thing that you see sort of catches your eye is a headless doll that comes with a sack of attachable heads. It's got a little sign there, and there's a little sack next to it, and including one with its eyes and mouth stitched shut, it seems. Looking around is a miniature gallows, complete with a trapdoor and weighted hanged man. A set of wooden nesting dolls. The smaller each one gets, the older it gets, until its innermost doll is a mummified corpse. There is a wood and string mobile of hanging bats with flapping wings, sort of in one corner there. As you sort of look around, he picks up. He actually picks us up and winds it up. Where he says it's a wind-up musical merry-go-round, and he says this is a good one. And he winds it up, and it's figures of snarling wolves chasing children in a place of prancing horses. And then leaning up on a shelf against the wall looks like a ventriloquist dummy. Looks a lot like Strahd. Same sort of robes that so very similarly dressed to the way when you met him when you first came here. And then there's a doll that looks remarkably like Irina Kulyana, the Burgermeister of Beriskar. What animal would you like me to carve?
Nightmare Before Christmas. When Jack Skellington decides to do it.
Your toys are great.
Never raised any children myself, but they seem deeply inappropriate.
These are fun. I don't understand. Craftsmanship, do you not see, like, how do you
My
get this
fake smile
mechanism in
drops.
here?
You should definitely keep to your calling.
Not pious.
Don't work in the orphanage, please.
Does anything take your interest, or are you looking for custom piece?
Is that supposed to be the Burgermeister's wife? This one up here?
The one that looks like Irina, or the one with the stitched heads?
Whoever. I would have said the right thing, I'm sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's the Burgermaster of Beriskar, not the Burgermaster's wife here.
Yeah, that person.
He goes, well yes, we have, I'm good at making likeness of people around town. I see I'd have a puppet of our Lord Prince. I think it's very good, yes.
I'm sure he'd be deeply flattered if he was aware.
Of course. But yes, this is Irina, my likeness of Irina Kulyana, now mayor of Burgermeister of Beriskar, untimely death of her father. You are not the only one interested in. Are you interested in this? Other people have shown interest too. Isik Strasny, he show a lot of interest in such dolls. I may or may not make them for him from time to time. A lot. It's strange. But he pays well.
Wait, is this like your shtick? You know, somebody else's interest?
What?
I mean,
So many.
Who knows what anyone does? I mean, he likes it. He likes my work, of course. I am a
I mean,
good
you
doll
work
maker.
amazing.
Are we talking little dolls?
Little dolls?
Do you make
Medium
big
size.
dolls, like life-size dolls?
Oh no. It's too expensive.
Just figured
No
I'd
one can
ask.
afford that.
That's fair. I mean,
Touch the merry-go-round. I think that's kind of cool.
Yes, it but very good. Would you like to buy?
You make
Oh, no, thank you. I haven't got anywhere to put it.
Oh, it's a
do you make
shame.
everything here?
Yes,
Or is
I've
there some
made
stuff
everything.
you've collected?
No. I am crafter of all of what you see. I make everything. As I say, Blinsky is no fun.
You must have the most amazing workshop.
Indeed, I do. It is full of all of my tools and things that I need to make what I make. I make from wood, from metal, mostly from wood, but little mechanical
Do
part as well.
Enchant them too? Do they?
Oh
do
no,
they,
it's
how
all
are these
mechanical. It is not. I am not.
Oh my
I am not
goodness.
wizard. I'm just good with making things.
internal mix? Wait, so do these dolls that Essek are getting, or sorry, the ones that have likenesses, do they do anything else extra, or do
No.
they?
Just look. He
Just
orders them to look different every time. No, wearing different
Oh.
clothes. It's not all the same. That would be relatively
Hey.
boring.
Are they all wood or any other materials?
I have made one out of porcelain. That was very difficult. I preferred to carve from wood. That one cost a pretty penny. Took me a long time.
How much would it cost for a little doll?
A little doll? How little?
Yeah, a little doll. Like a little doll. Just
And
like
what?
pocket. Just
And
pop in your
what?
pocket.
And what likeness would you like the little doll to have?
Say if I had one that looked like Captain here. Huck.
Oh, that would be relatively easy. Little doll like that, maybe 150 gold pieces. Take about a week to make.
Wonder if we can take it to the blacksmith's son. Get him to enchant it, and then we can poke little sticks at the doll and watch as Argos runs around getting hurt.
Do you say this out loud?
Out an arm and twacks him up the head.
Because, I mean, the blacksmith did ask specifically that you kept that thing hush-hush, so... So
I would have been
It
jumping.
was a
on the-
thought that he has in his head.
Yeah,
at
I
the
was going to say,
time.
do you say that out loud or no?
No.
So, I
Pretty
mean, I probably
reasonable.
shouldn't. Please do not tell Isaac I told you this, but I mean,
Nothing.
every doll, he gives description, and I make it for him, and he pays very well. Who am I to judge what people want to do with their lives?
I mean, is a lot of other business in town?
Yeah, other people do buy from time to time, but you have noticed very sad town, yes? Burgermeister, the Baron tries to make everybody happy. I tend to agree with festival. I mean, yesterday's festival did not go so well, but for the most part, happiness is a good thing, yes?
Happiness is great. Not forced happiness, though.
I do not force anyone to be happy. Everyone is happy when they buy Blinsky toys, of course.
I can imagine they would be, because
Yeah.
they look amazing.
How much for Strahd? The prince.
You mean puppet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That particular, that is one of my best work, of course. It is very good likeness, yes? You have met Prince before?
Yes.
It does
Yeah.
look like him, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
one
It is
time,
very
yeah.
good. He sort of ums and ahs, and he looks at you, looks you all up and down. You can see sort of trying to figure out what he thinks you can afford, more so than what it's actually worth.
Have you met the prince before?
Once, a long time ago, when I was a young boy.
Of course
Does
he
he
has. It
know
looks just like him.
Is what you do. Well, you can see from photos.
This is what I remember of him. It was when he was a young man. But anyway, for the puppet, it is be 500 gold pieces for that one. That is very special.
What if we could tell you that we could take that to the prince and show him? We're good friends. Wink. Deception. Wink.
Roll deception check.
While she's doing that, I'm just whispering in Arcos's ear, is like, did you
Fuck off.
Shall we get it?
4. He grins. He thing is, he doesn't
Christ.
let on that he has caught you in a lie. He just grins and says, "Oh well, I'm not sure I'd want the prince to have this. This is for other people to enjoy. And if you wish to buy it and take it to him, that is up to you. But
I just thought we could, show craftsmanship and
Yeah. You wouldn't want the prince to have this? That's
it's a promotional thing.
if he was to come and buy it, I mean, if he was to come and to visit me in my store, I would probably just give it to him. But of course, he is the prince. I mean, why wouldn't I not? But you are not prince. You see my dilemma.
Could be a princess.
Are you a princess?
No.
Well, there you go
I'm
then.
not. But it could be.
I'm a genie in a bottle.
that's the wrong campaign.
I have yet to master such things as my mentor and the famous Fritz von Wirk. He's master inventor, master puppet maker. I believe he invented a clockwork man. Very.
Oh, cool.
He for last I remember though, he made it for the prince, and I'm pretty sure it lives in the castle. I would love to see it one day. With beautiful work.
Yeah,
It's absolute masterpiece.
Oh, actually, talking about masterpiece works, though, have you been to Durst Manor?
Oh,
It has some really
Durst
beautiful
Manor,
architecture.
I have not heard of such a place. I do not leave Valaki very much. Is it not? It's definitely not here in Valaki, is it? Somewhere else, perhaps?
No.
Bearsky.
It's in Bearsky. Yeah.
Bearsky.
And he says he's got no knowledge of the Dursts or Durst Manor.
Oh, I think you would have loved it. It had a lot of door frames.
Oh wow.
That's right.
Door frames, yeah.
They
the
were
carved
so
door
beautiful.
frames.
Door frames for days, you know.
Sconces.
I mean, most houses have door
fireplaces.
frames, yes.
Yeah.
They were carved. They were carved. They had bats and
This sounds really nice.
lots of little scenes in it. It was
The
very
boy had
beautiful.
a doll that looked kind of. Remember the doll?
Yes. In
Probably
the
more
lot
interested in
like
the
those.
doll.
Do you guys still have the doll, or did you lay it to rest
Yeah, we
with?
buried it.
We
You
buried it.
you laid it
We
to rest
buried
with
it.
them. That's right.
You buried that doll.
You buried that doll.
Creepy doll.
That's right. You laid it to rest with the bones. That's right.
now?
Because he asked us to.
Yeah.
That doll?
Do you have any, not to say that, not every craft you make is perfect, but do you have any dolls that you aren't so happy with and you discarded?
Oh, I discard nothing. I make to order mostly. When the mood strikes me, I make something special just for me. But I never throw anything away. Everything can be remade into something else.
And what was your monkey's name?
Oh, sorry. This is Piccolo. This is my friend Piccolo. He is
Is he friendly?
good. Yes, he is helpful. He fetches for me and brings me tools when I need it. He's really good friend.
Does he
Piccolo,
talk?
say hello. Say hello. And he sort of points his own, and the monkey just sort of grabs the bell and shakes the bell at you.
Can I give him a little scratch behind the ears? Is that okay?
Oh no, he doesn't like to be touched. He might
Okay.
he might bite. He might bite. I don't know. He doesn't know you very well, and I don't know you very well either. I mean,
That's
you are a
okay.
customer. I'm happy you're here, but it's just he is a little shy.
I take out a copper coin from my purse and just hold it out for him.
For who? For Blinsky or the Piccolo?
Paying the
Piccolo.
monkey. Oh god.
The monkey sort of looks at Blinsky, and Blinsky looks at you and looks at the monkey and sort of just gives him a little nod, and the monkey just snatches the coin from your hand and grabs it, tries to eat it, then has this really
Monkey
disappointed
from
look on
India.
his face.
Yeah.
Trying to eat a coin, and it's like you thought it was food. So, and scarpers down his arm down onto the bench, and you can hear him clink it into a little drawer, and he runs back up to his shoulder.
Ripple gets bitten by the monkey, and we have to use the next 5 episodes to cure her from monkeyism.
Rabies.
It'll be monkeypox.
Monkeypox.
Hands bugs.
That's rodents.
He's a little monkey.
So, are you here to buy or just to talk about dolls?
I really want
mean,
to buy
You
something.
can probably tell we don't have a lot of money, and obviously these things are worth quite a bit. So
Well, not everything,
it's
of course,
interesting
but
to-
this one here, and he grabs them, he points to the miniature gallows. This is only 1 gold piece. This is a cheap one. We have this doll. This one has a sack of its own heads, so you can change its mood. Really, the children like it. This one is only 2 gold. And this, the merry-go-round, that is 10 gold for that.
I almost want to buy the headless.
How much would it cost to get a smoking pipe?
I make toys, not pipe.
Can I
Still carving.
buy the doll, please?
You want headless doll? Of course. 1 gold piece. Thank you very much. And he brings down this doll, and it's got a little sack with it. And he opens the sack up for it, and he shows about 4 or 5 different heads in there that have different faces on them. They're all painted brilliantly. Not so much the one that has the sewed closed eyes and mouth, but everything else looks pretty good.
I give him 2 gold, and I just take it and pop it in my pack.
Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Business has been a little slow lately, so I do appreciate your custom.
It's
I
okay.
do a quick browse. Are they all like humanoid? Are they all like?
No, I mean that was
looking to see if there's
just a few. Like these other things around.
Are there any
also-
that are like chimeric?
You want
Like, like the beasts we saw at Kresk? Or
now?
something
No, there's no real. I mean, apart from the wolves on the merry-go-round, there's nothing sort of beastly. And what is it's a few like it's a carved wooden horse, like the basics as well. Carved wooden horse and things like that. There's a miniature tower that's not unlike the mage's tower that you'd come across. Things like
maybe you
that.
can cut a hole in it and drop some dice into it.
I lost my dice set. remember?
There's a miniature windmill. Like, it seems that he's taken inspiration from things that he's seen personally, by the looks of it. Right, I mean, the dolls are generally made to order, as what he's told you, but there's other things that he's sort of, from his memories, he's made these dolls and other toys.
Are there any
How
that
much-
have vampire fangs?
No. Not. Well, make a perception roll, because like he hasn't got a huge selection in the store, but there's a reasonable one. 17. Looking around and having a good check, nothing seems vampiric in nature.
What about like toy weapons?
They are easy to make. I mean, they would be really cheap.
Does he have any boats?
He does have what looks to be just a simple rowboat. And it's got a mechanical feature to it where it's got a little man seated in it, and it looks like you might be able to set it so that it actually starts to row. You could probably place it in water and it would row, and like in a bathtub or whatever.
How much for this one?
Oh, that's been there for a long time. Special for new friends. 5 gold for that one. Very good.
How much would it be to add a sail to it with a crow's nest?
I could probably do that for another gold. It'd take me probably the rest of the day to do. Well, not. I mean, it's only a few hours left before sundown, but I could have it finished before this evening.
I'll hand him 10 gold, and I'll ask him
Ooh,
to
this-
carve a name into the side of the boat.
Okay. And what name would you like carved inside of the boat?
Puck.
Okay. Into the side or to the aft of the boat, like on the back.
As like naming the boat.
Name
So yeah,
boat,
on
yeah,
the
so
back.
it'd be on the back.
End, yeah.
So that he said he hands you back 4 gold and says that 10's too much, and he accepts 6 and is happy to do what you ask. And he'll put he asked whether for 6 gold he asked whether we wanted single mast or multi mast.
Double. 2.
Okay. He makes a note. You see him, he scribbles down on a piece of parchment the order, takes the boat, puts it to one side, puts the little piece of paper with it, and Piccolo down off his shoulder across the top of the bench picks up the boat and disappears through a tattered curtain into what would probably be his workshop.
Now, I would like a custom animal, but I need help. Ripple and Arcos, what the hell does a bee dolphin look like? Is it tail? Is it bee face? Is it bee end? Dolphin face?
Dolphin, bee face, dolphin end.
So this is where you're gonna strike a problem. Blinsky's listening to you, sort of talking about this, and he's going, yes, I know what the bee looks like, but what is dolphin? You can this land is landlocked. You know this from the time you've been here. There is no ocean anywhere to be seen. You automatically would probably get the impression he would have no understanding of what a whale is, a dolphin, any kind of sea creature.
Wasn't just going to be.
I mean, if you're gonna try and draw it, that'll cost you a performance check or a dexterity check, either way, to see how good your drawing is of a bee dolphin.
Oh, well, my deception was fucking great. Let's try this.
Let's try performance and see what happens. Keo, what's up?
I just definitely bee face, definitely dolphin tail.
A 6. Your drawing is awesome. You give him this little drawing and he looks at it. He looks at you, a very quizzical look, but big grin on his face. Basically, yes. It's a very, very, very basic drawing, and he looks at it and goes, I see what I can do. No promises, no money yet. Let's wait until it's finished. Yes.
The tail, because you were master at mechanism.
You want tail to move
and move.
I can, like fish, yes.
Or yes, like fish.
Right.
Well, dolphin is a fish.
All right. Okay.
Sort of.
I will think. I'll see what I can do. No money now. No money now. You come back and pay when it
Up
works.
and down.
Instead of sideways, the tail goes up and down.
Yeah.
Okay. I will
Should
see
have
what I
just drawn
can
him
do.
a banana. A banana
So-
and a dolphin look the same. It's fine.
So he makes a couple of notes.
Pretty much what I drew.
He makes a
Draw a
couple of
banana
notes,
half square.
and
It's literally a circle with a T off the back for the tail.
it's very basic,
and
like
wings.
super basic.
Does it have
This is going to be the most.
It's
cursed
going to have
thing
wings.
ever.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a small dorsal fin. It's obviously got things that look like fins, but they kind of look like wings too. The bee front just looks wrong, but kind of looks like a bee, but kind of not. But anyway, you've given him your drawing. He said no money down. You'll pay when he finishes, as he needs to spend a bit of time. He said it might take a few days because it's a custom piece, but he agrees to do it. And he sort of, as he's talking to you, seems time has gotten away from you guys as you've been talking with him and dealing with us, and he's been talking to you about stuff around Valaki. And he sort of looks over your shoulders out the window and says, almost time to close. Starting to get maybe dark in an hour or so. If you don't mind, I should close the door and get to work on your pieces right away.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. You know, it has been refreshing.
Come back in
meet
the
you.
morning. I should have your piece finished, sir, and at least a design for yours.
Problem.
Heck yeah.
And with that, he follows you to the door, not rushing you out or anything, but just again, happy, jovial man, and sort of waves goodbye, and you see closes the door, and you hear the lock latch behind you, and then he pulls down a blind in the window and with a big closed sign on it. So as it's starting to get dark, you start making your way back to, I'm assuming, the Blue Water Inn, unless there's somewhere else you want to go in the meantime.
Well, everything else is closed.
Pretty much. By this time of the day, most things are starting to close up, and it's generally, you find that most people are heading off to their homes and things like that relatively early. Yes, there we go. That's the bee dolphin. The bee shark. That's what you're getting. It's canon now. Thanks, Sticks.
The will to do that as a digital thing.
That is awesome.
That looks like a bottle opener.
That's great. But anyway, back to the
like
point at hand.
Penis, but that's fine.
As you head back to the Blue Water Inn, the town's lamps have been lit. They're not run on like oil or anything like that. There's a lamp. Well, it's probably an oil lamp under a hood, and so they've been lit ready for the night. But they don't seem to be as bright as normal for some reason. It seems as the night sets in, there's no like fog heavy in town, but you can see the fog, the mist, it's sort of thick outside the city, outside Valaki's walls. The smell of smoke still sort of clings in the air from people's houses, perhaps, or other from the lanterns themselves, maybe. As you walk back to the inn, you notice a few people sort of milling around, but they're speaking in hushed voices, looking around, nervous at you, like you're still kind of outsiders here, so you get the impression as you walk close, they sort of hush their tones and move away to continue conversations. Suddenly, a scream cuts through the oncoming dusk, then another, then many, and from somewhere in town, chaos erupts, shouting, crashing, the unmistakable sound of something tearing through flesh not far from you. Then the first of many people race past you, fear in their eyes, a couple of them even streaked in blood, as you look down towards where the town square is, and you see the first of an odd figure darting from an alley, side alley maybe, quickly across the street, and then tackling someone in town, barreling through the streets, and then as this figure brings up to its full height and then lunges down, you see a flash of eye shine from this creature, and you hear that blood-curdling scream as flesh is ripped from bone, and the gurgling sound of someone trying to breathe through an eviscerated throat. Another person dashes past you and says, "To the church! Quickly to the church!" And another stream of people shoot past you, heading towards St. Andrew's Church. The flames nearby torches gutter violently. Some snuff out entirely as the shadows stretch unnaturally along the ground. Another figure darts out and tackles another townsperson. Then another, and just you see several of these figures sort of coming from rooftops and from alleys. As you start to move, which direction are you moving? Towards this or towards the church with the rest of the town?
Towards the church? Towards the church?
Towards the... No, I mean...
Come on, where are you going?
Let's go.
Which way are you going? You're going to the church?
There's a bunch of them.
There's a lot happening right now. And it's not just one or two. You're seeing maybe a dozen of these figures now just diving on townsfolk as they're running towards the church.
Okay.
Figures move in the darkness, too fast, too wrong. A man is dragged into an alley as you move towards the church. His cry cuts short. Something climbs onto a rooftop, then drops. Something is hunting the townsfolk here. Many somethings. As you move towards the church, You get to maybe 10, 12 feet from the church doors. The church doors are wide open, and you see Father Petrovich standing and waving people in as people are stumbling over themselves to get into the church. And as at that moment, you see Father Petrovich, his eyes just widen as he's looking at something behind you. Do you turn to see what he's looking at?
No, I run and jump. No.
I mean, you're still running. Like, do you glance over your shoulder to see what he's looking at, or you just keep running towards the church?
Oh, no, I'd be looking.
I
would be looking.
I'd look.
As you glance over your
He's scared,
shoulder,
I shouldn't be.
as you glance over your shoulder, this is what you see strolling down the street towards you. It's just a figure cloaked in black.
Friendly. It's fine.
The burning red eyes. If any of you have seen this creature before, which many of you have, those of you that experienced that shadow, you have all seen it at Lake Baratok, around the Mage's Tower, across the lake. It's that same figure. Piercing red eyes, perpetually sort of cloaked in darkness. As he walks closer to a lantern, the lantern dims. Just as the shadows the light's about to reveal his face, the light dims to keep his face in perpetual darkness.
Ooh.
I will show chat this one as well. Chat, this is what they are seeing right now. This is the figure walking down the street towards them.
Oh,
One by one, the lights begin to fail. Torches sputter and die. Another dims as its flames shrinking to a faint glow. The darkness doesn't deepen, but the light retreats. And then you see someone standing in the street. This figure stands silent, not saying anything. Where moments ago there was nothing, this figure just is there. A faint glow of firelight shifts around them, bending, refusing to settle. Their face is almost visible, but not quite. Shadow slips across it again and again as he walks forward. Only one thing remains clear, is those two burning eyes, red, gold, and watching. As this creature moves, you reach the church door and you step into the church, crossing the threshold. Father Petrovich sort of brushes everyone else, looking if there's anyone else, and just as you see one person sort of running for the door, a figure chases across the street, and with a look, the shadow just looks at this creature darting for this person, and the creature stops dead, as if being commanded by whatever this thing is. The person stumbles and falls, picks himself up, and makes it to the church barely. The creature stands and watches. Other creatures now start to join, maybe a dozen, 24, hard to tell. These shadowy figures. You can see the creatures now. You see the features on them. They're obviously long dead. Their skin is taut, grey, stretched against their skeletons. The eyes are lifeless. Blood dripping from many of their mouths. One even carrying the severed limb of a Valakian citizen as they sort of stalk forward towards the church. Doors close with a clunk. You turn, looking at the church. Dim light in the church, but several citizens, a lot of citizens sitting here. I will take you over to a scene, in fact. Sort of huddled around, a few candles are lit, and you can hear the sobbing of townsfolk. You can see some of the injured parties here, like some of them have got massive claw marks down their arm and tattered clothing from whatever this attack is. What are you doing right now? Father Petrovich is sort of moving. He's just moving around, like trying to attend to those that are most hurt in this moment as well.
Father, let me help you out with some of these people as well.
Please help this one over here. He's hurt very bad.
Normal?
I can
is
bandage.
anyone bitten? Isn't
This is
if
not.
anyone's bitten?
We have not had. I'm not sure what is happening. it's and you can see he's just dumbfounded. He's just trying to hold it together himself. He's not sure what's happening.
Do we need any actions? Do we need to do
If anyone is bitten, it's too late.
If you look around, you can make a perception check to see if you can determine that, unless you're going to go around looking at people, which is probably not going to get a good reception right now. If you go hands-on.
I'll just grab some bandages and to help.
I will
help him and see if anyone's bitten.
I will inadvertently cast a new spell that I just learnt in the last 24 hours and conjure forth a little unseen servant that's going to run around and help clean wounds as well.
Okay. Yeah, it's easy enough to do. There's nothing... Like, it seems like there's not really serious wounds. There's a couple of deep scratches and deep bandaging and things like that. So, easy enough done. You sort of move around, you help, and do the best you can in this moment. Father Petrovich, you can see he's scared, he's worried, but he's trying to hold it together for the townspeople. There's maybe 50 people have made it to the church. It's about all it'll hold. There's a few children, many sort of elderly folk as well.
I have a doll.
As you're tending to the wounded and sort of trying to figure out what happens, the door of the church slams open. More people flood inside, desperate, breathless, clinging to the last place they believe is safe. Candles burn in the corners and things like that. For a moment, it feels like sanctuary. As they press the doors closed once again, the doors then open again. No wind, no force, they just simply swing open. That same shadowy figure stands in the threshold. Candlelight bends away from him. Shadows fall in the wrong direction. The room is lit, but it's not at the same time. The figure steps inside. Nothing seems to stop it. As the figure he's not looking at anyone in particular, he's sort of almost like he's looking at everybody in the room. Silence falls. No scream, no prayer, no divine intervention. Only the soft flicker of failing light. The figure moves forward, unhurried, its form shifting subtly as shadow crawls across it again and again, never allowing a clear view. Those burning eyes sweep across the room, across you. Your place of faith in fragile things. The words are soft, not cruel, not angry, just firm and a statement. What do? Do you attempt to attack this creature, or do you do nothing?
I would be asking, what
You've got
do you
6
want?
seconds to make this decision. What are you doing? Do you speak?
We're talking to him. I'm
Yeah.
talking to him.
Okay.
Talk to him.
What do you say?
Not making it attacks other than the minions, right?
Nothing has, none of these other creatures have walked into the church. They are remaining outside. It's only him that has stepped into the church. He's made no aggressive movement.
Okay.
He just simply made that statement.
Or Vine will be talking for us, I think.
Uh-oh.
What do you say? If anyone's saying anything, now's the time to say it.
What do you want?
Why are you here? What? I do not know. I do not know if you are welcome.
A hand
in this
raises with
place.
a finger, and you find yourself unable to speak any further. Words form, but nothing, no air comes forward through your larynx to form those words, to form sound. It's like, and even other people, you could hear a pin drop in this, just a silence falls over this place.
You will not find anything then.
Well, you can't now. The air tightens, pressure builds, sudden crushing, inescapable. For a brief, terrible moment, it feels like something as unseen has taken hold of you. You reach for something you do not understand. He doesn't move closer, but he feels imposing, like his whole figure. It feels like he moves right within like an inch of your face, but he's still standing in the center of the room. The light flickers once, twice. The shadows shift unnaturally, stretching, twisting as the figure is no longer where it stood. However, you hear a sound just and out of the corner of your eye you see a movement, and next thing you know, Father Petrovich is raised aloft by an unseen force in the center of the room, arms splayed out, almost like Christ on the cross in that sort of fashion, but he's just held up aloft, unable to speak, unable to move. Then suddenly he is ripped to pieces. He is literally torn apart. Blood, viscera, and entrails are sprayed into the first few rows of people that are now gasping at this sight. As his body falls lifeless to the ground in pieces, hovering above the altar, the same shadowy figure, eyes ablaze, and then again that light flickers, almost like you're blinking rapidly, then it's gone. Candles burn bright, filling the room with a soft glow. Cries, gasps of terror now fill your ears as what you've seen before you has happened. Father Petrovich lies in pieces below the altar.
Ooh, what was that?
That's what happens. That's what he meant.
From the mage tower? What? Because we talked?
He helped us.
Who helped us?
Father Petrovich.
That's crazy. But we need to help these people. We don't have time to dwell on this at the moment with people injured.
Ooh, I can... Wait, can I make my thing? Oh, it's just an illusion. My duplicity can't actually make
No.
like they can't help, right?
No, they can cast spells from you. Like, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
once you have your duplicate out, you can cast spells through them, but it's still your spell, so they don't work independently. But you can literally, you can help. Obviously, there are scared townsfolk here. Some are injured. Some are most of them are just now covered in blood and guts from Father Petrovich and are absolutely terrified. They're huddled in this church. There's still, as you turn to look through the still open doors, these creatures are still milling around outside.
Oh, I want to go out there and whip them up.
It seems as though they are unable to enter. Perhaps, you're not entirely sure, but they have not entered as yet. And from what you can tell, just in case you do want to do that, it's up to you. But there is probably a lot more out there than you can handle. Maybe, like I said, there's probably 24 from what you can see just standing outside the church.
And we got fucked up by 6.
True. I think I'll just keep on bandaging and reassuring
Marcos
people.
is going to stand by the door and sort of watch for a bit, and then just like if they make a move towards the place, he's just going to close the doors.
Yeah. They don't make any moves towards the church, even with you standing there for a short time. They're not moving away either. In fact, I'd probably say at one point, shortly after that, you hear sounds of movement on the roof of the church. You get the impression that they've climbed on top as well.
Arcos, before you leave the doorway, I'd lean into you. If they don't attack by morning, that's the only chance we have.
Yeah. Well, I can't do much for the people in there, so I'll just keep watch here. If they're not coming through the door, there's no reason to close it. Might be the only
Even if
way
they
out
do.
if we have to get out.
I mean, there's enough of them, the door won't stay.
So do you close the door or leave it open at this point?
Marcos is going to leave the door open. He's
Okay.
going to stand in the doorway.
Noted. What is everyone else doing? Orvan, you're helping people the best you can.
I'm going around. Yep.
There's no one.
just
Like I said, there's no one seriously wounded, so there's no one in requirement of healing as such. It's just more bandaging, superficial wounds, probably trying to calm people because there's a lot of scared folk, a lot of elderly children that are just scared out of their minds. They can hear the sound of movement on the roof, and they are on the verge of like rioting. That's like that sort of panic is setting in. You can see one or two of the older men starting to maybe look like they might just bolt. Even some like they're not sure what to do. They are terrified out of their minds.
Rita's standing
Yeah, you go.
with Arcos at the door, but oddly, his glaive isn't moving.
Okay.
It's planted like
in sentry mode.
Yeah.
Noted. And Orvan, what are you doing with what are you going to do to try and calm these people?
Oh, I'm just making sure that I'm like definitely being seen. I'm like, I'm a hello. I'm here. I have. Do you need deeper healing? Everything will be fine. Do you have? We can. Oh shit! Actually, I can probably. There is no. The Burgermeister isn't around in here,
No,
right?
the Baron is not in here. No, you got no. What you find is now probably maybe at 100 people, and they're all just basic townsfolk. These are faces that you've seen in town. These not people you know. You don't see. You've not met Lady Vukta, but you don't see the Vukta sons here at all. You don't see the Baron, his wife, or obviously Essek. You don't see any town guard. Is the one thing that probably stands out as well. This is just townsfolk.
What about Erwin and Adrian?
No, you do not see them in the church.
Well, Adrian left.
Adrian left, so Erwin and his wife and their kids, you do not see them.
I wanna do a message. Fuck. I can hardly do too.
Do we know where the man we brought here would be?
You put him in a room at the back of the main church area, so he would, if he'd probably still be there. Maybe it was in these two doors off the back of the I think you call the requilary. I'm not a church person. The back of the church,
or like the pulpit.
Yeah. So behind the altar, behind the pulpit, there's two doors off to the back of the church.
Yeah. So Arcos would tell Reed he's got something he needs to do, and just sort of calmly walk in that direction to go see if that man is there.
And
so,
I just know.
Okay.
Yeah. It'd be like, yeah.
So you do that. You go through the door that you were led through to take him to this room. The room's empty. He's not there. There is signs of a struggle in the room. And roll a quick perception check for me.
Wait, this game has dice?
Apparently.
26.
And now I know what that dice so nice thing is for now.
Yeah, I got a message at the top. I didn't see what it said, but
I think it's just because you don't have a token on the screen.
that's right. Might
No, it's but dice a nice thing on my end too. I had to hide all dice, so I'm not actually seeing your guys' dice roll.
be.
So
Yeah.
26.
I think
It's showing it in the
enough
chat, but
players,
it's not
we're not
showing the
gonna
physical
do-
dice. Yeah.
We're not going
Oh,
to
and question mark
naughty
for us
shit.
as well.
Yeah. It was weird. Anywho, it's because he rolled it as a hidden roll. That's why.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you must have had it.
Locked from last time.
Maybe, yeah. So just make sure you got
'cause
a
last time I was in
public as
Foundry,
user.
Yeah. All right.
So 26
Yeah.
perception check. You are perceptive as all balls. There's definitely signs of a struggle in the room. There is a small open window above a small desk in this room. The bed which you laid this gentleman is obviously has been used. There is a foot poking out from under the bed.
Just a foot?
All you can see is the foot.
Go investigate under the bed. Actually, I'll close the window first.
Yeah. So you close the window. Do you just look under the bed, or do you pull the foot?
I'll look under the bed. I'm not just grabbing,
come on.
feet. I'm not a feet person, all right?
Hello,
I know you
what's
want
up?
me to be, but
So as you peer under the bed, you find the body of the young man that was helping Father Petrovich with this gentleman. He's also the gravedigger here. He is quite dead. He is grey, cold to the touch if you were to touch him. His eyes are sunken in. He's been dead for maybe a day, by the looks of it. Kind of hard to tell. Not unless you pulled him out and had a look.
yeah. So at this point, I would touch him just to make sure he doesn't move.
Yeah, he's definitely cold to the touch.
Yep. We fucked up here. We've sort of like dragged the body out so it's just not under the bed. So like someone who comes in here, you know, and he's probably going to grab the bedding and sort of just put it over him.
What you will notice with a perception of 26, when you actually pull the body from under the bed, he is bloodless. There is no blood anywhere to be seen. He has been completely drained. Or insanguinated, as one would say.
Yeah. And then I'll just sort of look out the window and see if I can see any of those things around the back here, or that figure, which I'm assuming I won't see. But
no, you won't see the figure. You will see around, again, it's mottled glass, so you can't see clearly, but you do see movement in and around the rear of the church. And you still hear movement on the roof as well. So we'll leave you there for a moment. Back to Orvan. You were wanting to send a message. Who are you sending the message to?
Well, this is all townsfolk. I don't want any of the people outside to know who I want a message. I kind of want to surreptitiously, like, ask, like, who is the biggest, like, help? Like, do you guys have somebody who's in charge of the guards? Who would you want?
You almost get one man sort of stands up as you start asking this. He puts a hand on your shoulder and he says, "You've met the man in charge. We do not want him here. And leader of the guard, you have met him also." And you know he's talking about the Baron and Isaac. Like, they do not want them here.
Because they won't help you? Why wouldn't they not help?
Do you see them here?
Ah!
They hide in their big house.
But this has not happened before.
Again, do you see them here? They're either dead
True.
or they cannot help. What are, and you see these, he's concerned, he asks you, do you know what they are? What these things are that attack our town?
I wasn't here for that episode. Yes, I do.
You do know what they are. You have dealt with vampire spawn. They are vampires. Well, vampire spawn at the very least. They are lesser vampires. They are feral. They are controlled by someone or something else, which is quite clear with what you've seen here as well. But yes, you know what they are. But you can tell that just from the question and the way that he looks at you, that they have not seen these things before. They have not dealt with them. They have not dealt with this level of attack on Valaki itself, which is probably another thing, which is, I mean, not surprising, but the town is fairly well fortified, generally. But obviously not from things that are not natural.
Yeah, not from things that can jump 20 feet in the air.
Yes, we do know what they are. We have seen them. They are not something we want to really mess around with. We have...
The man steps back and sort of gives you a look, a very accusatory look, in fact.
Cool.
They brought them here. It is their fault. They are outsiders to our town. And you hear a couple of murmurings from a couple of the other townsfolk sort of agreeing with him. Then one woman stands up and says, hush now.
We're
hush
trying
now.
to help you.
These people may not be from here, but they are helping us. Can you not see? They are victims like us. Sit down. Don't speak anymore. And she's an older lady. And you see that he kind of listens to her. He takes a step back and doesn't apologize, doesn't give any look of apology, but you can see maybe he respects her, maybe her station within Valaki, whether she has a station, who knows, but he kind of respects what she's saying. We are scared enough without you riling everybody up again. Can you not hear them on the roof? Gather now. Let's pray to whatever God you believe in for the sanctuary, for help. And she kneels before the altar, and you can see that she obviously probably worships the Morning Lord, which his church is for. Many of the people here probably worship that same God, and she starts sort of muttering under her breath in a form of prayer.
Is there any holy water? Is there anything in
There's
here?
holy water in it. There's a thing with holy water in it. Little. I mean, I'm not sure what's called. A bowl. There's a bowl on the altar with holy water in it.
Font.
No, it's a bowl. Font's very Christian. It's a bowl.
This image is just giving me Lilith from Diablo 4 vibes. Like this whole
I know,
scene.
right?
This whole scene is just like Diablo-esque.
I know. It almost reminds me of the very first scene from Diablo 4. It's like,
Yeah.
just waiting for Lilith to burst through the floor.
Right.
Yeah, if I see the holy water, I'll also take a sample.
A sample? You're going to take
Not
a little
to
test
drink.
tube. You're going to take your test tube out and...
I'll shove my face in it, make sure
Shot
it's
glass.
bag.
Stupid it.
All
I
right.
mean...
Does anybody have any bottles? Let's all the townsfolk. This will help us.
I mean, there's not a lot of
I hope.
holy water there. There's, like I said, there's a reasonable sized bowl of blessed water. I don't know if you have the necessary spell
I
for that.
don't.
But if you
There
did,
it
you
is.
could then bless the water yourself. But I think it's
Okay.
ceremony is the spell you need for that one.
Yep.
Or something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho,
Ceremony does it, but
there's another one that does it too, I think. I can't remember. But anyway, so back to Arcos. You've covered this body up. You have noticed the movement out the back of this room. What are you doing now?
I probably hear the ruckus out.
All right,
back out
definitely
there
raise
as they-
voices.
And he's sort of thinking, yeah, this is like we brought this on us, and there's no point going out there and telling them that. He sort of stops and thinks about going back out. He can't help these people. He's not, not gifted in ways of, calming people or. So I think he looks back at the window and he pushes it open again, and he looks out without looking through the glass to see if there's anything immediately outside.
Not immediately outside the window, but you do catch movement in and around the grounds. Again, you guys, all of you are constantly hearing the movement on the roof. Things moving on the roof. They're not trying to get in. It's just that they're making their presence known. You can hear the sounds of not that zombie type groan, but the almost muffled growls and sounds from outside the open doors of the church as well. There's nothing close by that you would be able to visually see, but you can see movement every now and again. You'll catch a quick movement between gravestones, because this sort of room looks out over the portion of the graveyard. So you'll see movement between the gravestones, and then you'll see movement darting across the churchyard. But nothing seems to be looking to get in at this point. More than anything, you get the impression that they're there just to make their presence known, to make it hard for people to settle. And for the most part, from what you've just heard in the main room, it's working.
Where's the manor from here? Like, where is the place where Essek and...
Oh, the Burgermeister's manor? Shit, I've got to remember that now too. Where is my map? Let's have a look at my map here. And let's view my map. So, that is not the right map. Look at Town of Valaki map. Church is in the west of Valaki, and it's almost on the western gates. It's within like 10-15 minutes walk of the western gate. You probably can't see the mansion from here because the mansion is in the sort of north of the town. Yeah, it's more north than where you're at.
Yeah.
So it's probably from where you are to get there. You're looking at an hour and a half walk. So it's heading towards the central town, then heading a little bit north. So it's sort of only just north of the town centre.
Yeah. And there's no sign of, like, there was a sign of a struggle, but is there a sign just out the window of someone carrying this man away, like by foot, or am I led to believe that thing that just ripped Father Petrick apart was probably what dragged this thing off, like dragged this man off? Or
possibly. It's again, it's without any sort of sign. Like there's definitely sign of a struggle. Like there's a couple of bits of furniture knocked over. There's no blood. There's no markings of any type. There's nothing to suggest that anything's being dragged anywhere. But it would be safe to assume that either what you saw in the church or what is outside has made entrance and has taken this guy, or he's left of his own accord. There's just no way to know for sure.
No.
But something either entered or left through that window. That's probably the only thing you can really determine.
Yeah. So Arcus is going to do something stupid. Arcus is going to cast invisibility on himself and go out the window and then close it from the outside.
Okay, it is a high window. It's not high enough you're going to take any damage. You have to climb up to it. You cast invisibility on yourself. You won't probably be able to close the window once you drop to the ground, because it's about maybe a 8-foot drop.
Yeah. So I think he'd hold on and sort of like pull it as closed as he could.
Okay.
He's just trying to give the impression that it's closed. Like,
easy enough done. Easily enough done. You drop to the ground. I will need a stealth check from you, because even though you're invisible, it will be an advantage. You still make sound when you're invisible. So just a stealth check with advantage.
Alright, I'll do the...
Yeah, just do the up arrows on the thing.
Up is...
Control Alt do work
20,
as well. Natty 20. Look at that. Natural 20 on the stealth check. So we'll leave your natural 20 ass there for a moment while we head back into the church. Things have started to calm a little bit. The man has settled down, hasn't said anything more. People are starting to calm a little bit, although the sounds on the roof are persistent. The sounds from outside are also very persistent. Reed, standing at the door, waiting to see any movement. A group of them don't really move away from the front of the church. They're sort of just standing there, perpetually swaying, watching. No movement is made to enter the church. Are you doing anything?
No. Reed's just, as soon as, like, if one word, like, something were to happen, Reed's just ready to become big and take up as much space as possible.
I mean, the door, you can see, looking at the doors, you can see that they are thick, heavy doors, and there is a bar, a large bar, that they can be barred from the
Right.
inside.
Well, and I could close it and then try to hold it like that.
No worries.
And that's why I'm not moving my glaive.
Not a problem. What is Ripple and the Derek doing?
I will still be inside the church, just talking to people and
just trying to keep them calm.
Trying to keep them calm. A couple of the children, I can't take out the doll that I got earlier and like, oh look at these heads. Let's.
Roll a persuasion check for me, because the doll is a little shocking when you present it as a headless doll.
Oh, I would put the nice face on it.
You put the nice. Oh, if you do that, no need for that. If you put a nice,
I'd
head
put
on
the
it,
nice head on it first and then take it out. I'm not going to.
If you present them a headless doll, it might be a little bit freaky for a child. Just saying.
No.
So you present them with one of the, and it seems to calm them down a little bit. You sit there and play with these few children that are sort of sitting there.
Then I show them the heads and say, look, you can kind of.
It's probably less impactful, so it's not so bad. Jarek, what are you doing?
I'm probably going through whatever documents are here to see if I can learn anything extra about these attacks, if they've happened in the past. Like,
you would have to go
documented
searching.
Somewhere?
You'd have to go searching for that out of the church area itself. There's no documentation in this area. It's just the main church room. So you'd have to go to Father Petrovich's private chambers for that, which would be the door on the left. So if you wanted to go do that, you can make an investigation roll, see what you find.
I'll do that.
Pretty good rolls tonight, guys. 24 for investigation. Father Petrovich has a pretty substantial library for a priest or for a cleric. It's not huge by any means. He's got a good sized bookshelf in his chambers, and there's a number of tomes and scrolls and that. Looking through, sort of looking at the spines, trying to look for something sort of history wise, maybe on Valaki itself. You do find one book that sort of the title leans towards that it's possibly a history type tome. You grab it, you sit down at his desk, and you start flipping through the pages. Just giving it a quick sort of run through with a 24. There's nothing that suggests that anything like this has happened within Valaki as long as Father Petrovich has been here. However, there is a passage that predates him, probably by 100 or so years, if not more. And it just simply says, beware the evil that resides in Valaki. And it's just, there's no name, there's a date and no signature. It's just a simple, beware the darkness that resides in Valaki.
And specifically resides in Valaki, not resides in... Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I keep going through the documents, and while I'm doing that, I'm trying to look for something, if there's any suggestion that there is catacombs under the church or anything.
I would say no. It's a simple church with a simple churchyard. It's not a major city. It's not a major church by any means. So I would say it's probably that you wouldn't find anything that would pertain to that at all.
Because Derek's first thought was there could be something hidden below.
One thing you do find, almost forgot, you do find a mention of sacred bones that were supposedly buried beneath this church many years ago. The bones of St. Andrew. And I would say the most recent passage is that there's a passage in a diary on the desk as well. You find Father Petrovich's personal journal and his last entry, which was 2 days prior, and it just simply says the bones are gone! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point.
I go out and I try and look for Orvan and give her that information specifically.
About the bones of St. Andrew?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you could look further into what these bones are. All you know is that there are they're supposedly the bones of a saint that have been buried beneath the floorboards of this church, and now they're apparently missing.
I personally don't have a lot of... Jarik personally doesn't have a lot of... interest is not the right word, but a lot of aptitude for religious matters.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got enough knowledge from things he's read, but nothing that he has really dived into. So he leaves that to Orvan, but he does know that bones that are dug up at being an archaeologist typically don't always go well. Exactly.
So Orvan, Jarik does approach you at some point, and then over the next hour or two, and presents you with this information that supposedly there were the bones of a saint buried beneath this church, and that 2 days ago they turned up missing, according to Petrovich's journal.
What? I'm assuming that you tell me similar sort of things. Like it's not it's not a good. So, why are people unburying, digging up that are not for archaeological reasons? I mean, this is holy ground. If they were, underneath here, I assume that we still have protections then from.
Orvan, give me a religion check, please. Let's see what Orvan can determine from this information and with the events that have just occurred. It's not a great roll.
Literally nothing.
9. Unfortunately, with a 9, you can't really figure out what is going on here. Do these bones mean something?
Rolls.
Do they not? You have a luck roll. There is that too. You can re-roll.
I was going to say, is there any way that I could assist with that by sharing some, like, not knowledge that I have, but things that I remember reading about?
What I can say, roll a history check for me. If you can beat a 12 on a history check, then I'll give her a re-roll on that roll.
I just need a 5 or better.
You're good. 20. So re-roll that religion check, Orvan. Jarik is assisting you with a bit of his historical knowledge. 12 is better. Won't get you a lot, but it's definitely better. Through your religious studies, you know that the bones of holy figures, especially in your religion, have been used as protections. Definitely. Maybe that's what these bones here were being used for, as a way to protect the church, as a warding of some description. Is that the reason why this figure was able to step into this church, with the bones no longer being here? Is that the reason this attack has happened in Valaki, now that the bones are no longer here? You're not entirely sure.
I nearly pressed the wrong button. Sorry. Stream Deck, man.
Yes,
You're gonna have a large camera.
I totally just had a light bulb moment of something, but I can't do anything about it.
You or your character?
Me. I'm like, wait. And then I'm like, with everything going on, I'm like, poof. I'm like,
I love it when that happens.
I'm standing in a door.
When you get a moment that's meta and you can't say anything, it's great.
Exactly. I'm just like, motherfucker.
So with that, so you can do with that information what you will. We'll leave you guys there momentarily, and we will follow Mr. Puck as his invisible stealth self is doing whatever he's doing. What are you up to? Where are you heading is the question.
So first I want to... Can I see any of these creatures?
You can see several of these creatures now that you're outside of the church and down on the ground level. As you look up behind you, you can see there's probably a dozen or so skittering across the roof. Again, not making any attempt to get through the roof. They're just up there moving around. In fact, two of them are fighting over a leg, maybe? Hard to tell.
Yeah. Do I get the sense that they know I'm there? Because of course I rolled a high stealth, but that doesn't mean squat for my mental state.
I would say give me a quick perception, just to. I mean, paranoia. You'd probably think that they know you're there. Oh, yeah, you're not sure. 10. Really, it's hard to tell. That doesn't seem that they know that you're there. They don't seem to be paying any attention, if that's what you're looking for.
And also,
but it's hard to tell.
Arcos has had invisibility for like a very small time. He's not really, he doesn't really know how it works. He just can do it.
Indeed.
So he's pretty much, so I think he's put together that whoever grabbed the fella they'd saved from the festival was not taken out by foot because it was a reasonable way down.
Yeah.
Or he got out himself, but he can't think of any reasonable, like how injured he was. As like he wasn't going to move under his own power in such a short amount of time. So he's just gonna wander around the church and get an idea of where these creatures are and whether the only place they are in town from where he can see is surrounding here now, and get an idea of how many there are.
So as you do a quick recce around the churchyard, you start obviously starting towards the rear of the church. Do you go forward first or to the rear and go around that way? Which direction you're going to go? Left
to
or
the
right?
rear, because to
the rear first.
Ultimately, he's going to have to go through the front door to get back in.
Yes.
So
you move around the rear of the church, heading more towards the churchyard itself. You can get a clearer view of those that are on the roof of the church, and like I say, there's about a dozen or so on the roof. There, as you move through the churchyard, as stealthy as you are, at one point, one of these creatures that seems to be perched on top of a gravestone sort of lifts its head, jerks its head to one sort of up to the ear and starts sniffing at the air, and which causes you to freeze, stop dead in your tracks. It's like, is it you that they're detecting, or is it something else? And then you see his head cocked to one side, and he darts off within a foot of you, right past you, and grabs someone that's been hiding in the churchyard. Young man, maybe 18, 19 years old, starts to scream and then is instantly silenced as his neck's broken. And then that body's dragged back towards where this thing was perched, and two more join him, and they start literally tearing into this poor man's body. What do you do?
Sort of stops for a moment until he's sure they've got what they've come for and that they're not coming back, and then sort of continue on. He's trying to get a sense if he's got a feeling that the church was the worst place for all these people to come, because these things were coming for the church. They weren't coming for the people necessarily. Their ultimate goal was the church, and then they've all fed into this place.
It seems,
being here is what's made them
as
unsafe.
You move around, there seems to be less of them in the churchyard itself. As you round the church heading towards the front, again, that's where the bulk concentration of these creatures seems to be. Maybe 20, 25 or so. Just sort of all, they're not huddled in a massive group, they're sort of scattered out on the road in the front of the church, so almost semicircling the front door. As you look down the road back towards the township, the town lights are now lit. They're not dim like they were before. They're burning as brightly as they need to be, and you can see bodies scattered through the street. You can see movement. Not a lot of movement, but there's definitely movement within Valaki itself. The main concentration of these creatures seems to be here at the church, but there are still scattered movement through the streets of Valaki from what you can see from what you can see in the distance.
Do I get a sense that any of them have gone into any of the buildings? Like,
can't really tell
because they've
from
not
here.
come in ours. Yeah.
You can't without going to have a look. You can't really tell.
Yeah. And Arcos isn't willing to leave without letting everyone else know that he's gone. So yeah, once he's satisfied that he's seen everything he can possibly determine from outside, he's going to head back round the front and come through the front entrance.
Do you give Reed a scare on the way through?
No, usually he would, but he's just not of a mind to it at the moment.
Bugger. That would have been so funny.
Yeah, I know. It would have been very funny.
Would have been great. Anywho, you make your way back into the church. How long does invisibility last? Like an hour?
An hour. Yeah.
Yeah, you scare me and I just like pop out big, like what the... I just like freak out. I'm just like, wait, what did I do?
So you make it back into the church. Where do you make yourself visible again? Is the question. Do you do it and where everyone can see you, or do you move back into that private chamber?
I'd probably move back into that space. Like I'm not wanting everyone to know that I've gone for a bit of a sojourn. Like I'm just,
No problem.
Yeah,
so you move back into that room. You become visible again. Right, we'll leave you there for a moment, back into the main church room. So I'd say you've probably gone maybe half hour at most, just with a quick recce around the church. So for the next half hour, obviously, Jarek, you've given Elvan a little bit of information. You've continued to read through what you can in the Father's chambers. Again, nothing much else regarding this incident. Just that talking about St. Andrew's bones, talking about the darkness that resides within Valaki, and just general. A lot of it's religious text, so it's a lot of it's general religious history more so than history of Valaki itself. You are able to determine from the priest's journal that he's only been in Valaki for, I don't know, 30, 40 years. He's from Barovia, but he wasn't originally from Valaki. He came from Kresk, and became a cleric to help the people of Valaki, because before him, the old cleric that was here before him was on the verge of death, and he decided that he was going to take that role as a young man. So he's been here for quite some time. What are the rest of you doing in this sort of half hour? Nothing much happens at the doors, Reed, by the way. So these things aren't moving on the door. They're not showing any aggressive movements at all. If you were to sort of shift, like, because obviously you're not going to stand dead still the whole time. If you were to shift on your posture or anything or move in that faction, they'd take note of you. Definitely, you see their sort of eyes, their attention flicks to you because they see or hear movement. But then, like, realizing that you're not advancing on them or there's no aggression there, they sort of go back to what they're doing, and that's just that general swaying, almost in a hypnotic trance almost. They're not really doing anything. Occasionally you do hear a muffled cry from out in the township somewhere, a muffled scream, which is cut short very quickly. So you get the impression that there's...
It's like one of those, I hear it, like it's snapped, I'm like, shit.
Yeah, someone else has
like
just fallen
one.
victim to these things or something else, perhaps. But generally that's about it.
Capable, like, that's why I'm like, I know, like, part of what they can do, because I could do it. So
Yes,
it's like,
exactly. You did have that ability at one point. So Orvan and Ripple, you guys in the main church area, the people have calmed somewhat, although the sound on the roof is irritating. It is frustrating. It is concerning because you're not sure what's happening up there. You don't know what they're doing. You can see people sort of snap their eyes to the roof when they hear a sound, wondering whether something's going to come through the ceiling. So tensions are still high, but people seem to be relatively calm.
I'm gonna try and convince people that, we don't all need to stay awake. Some of us. Try and get some of them to get some rest.
That will take a bit of
Thinking
convincing,
about it.
but
No,
roll a
but,
persuasion
you know.
check with disadvantage.
Persuasion.
Yes, with disadvantage. So hold control. And roll a persuasion. That will be a 14. It's not bad. It's not great,
All right.
but it's not bad. Obviously, some sort of calm and look like that they're relaxed enough to sleep, but you can tell just by looking at others, there's no way that these people are going to get sleep tonight. In fact, it's going to be hard for you guys to sleep because of the sound and what's going on and just the tension with.
I'm stopping
What's sitting
myself from
outside?
throwing a witch bolt out into the ground, so let's just leave it at that.
Do it. No, kidding. I'm kidding.
But I don't.
This is Nutty in a nutshell, guys. Like, fireball.
I'm not doing.
What's better than one witch bolt?
Two witch bolts. Oh, brilliant.
Jarig says to Orvan, can't you send messages to people? Did you notice
Thanks, Jax.
Owen and his family aren't here?
The who? Sorry?
Owen and his family?
Yeah, I was thinking about sending to him a message. I just. I hardly have 2 slots.
It is almost the
trying to
next
figure
day.
out.
You've got another day. I mean, you may sleep, you may not. Depends on your rolls.
Yeah. Do you think that so like that's what I was going to talk to you and Ripple about who might be the best contact for this that is immediate here too, because my initial thought was just send to the mightiest of the land, right? But he's so far away. Do you think Owen can do anything?
I'm more thinking if he's okay, if he's safe.
I want to.
We also seem to be trapped in here,
We are trapped in
and we
here,
might
yes.
have help on the outside. You could also reach out to Adrian. He probably hasn't got that far yet.
That is the issue, because I don't have a lot. If he's too far away, the Ravens might be able to. They know the land a little bit better. Maybe Adrian is the call here. Maybe he's not too far away. Or Owen. They're both the same. Really. Fuck's sake. I hate having 2 slots.
Yes,
This is annoying.
Owen is also he is also a Were Raven. This is what you are aware
Okay.
of. He is now the leader of the Were Ravens.
That is right.
Through
I
the
wanted
passing
to
of
say
his
that,
father.
but I wanted to say that
You're in the
reminder
doorway.
for one, but
You're
you're
in
the
the doorway.
door. So I'm sitting there like,
I was literally gonna ask you guys like who, because I was like, it's either the Burgermeister or Owen, but like either of them are like, so like yeah, we came to that conclusion eventually.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, because I'm clearly the fastest one here, I could make a dash for the inn.
No, don't.
I don't know if I'll win.
I mean, you're clearly the fastest person in the church. I don't know about outside of the church.
True.
I think if I'll.
But you can most certainly
can I
try.
roll a perception to hear that?
I'd say you probably
What,
can't
about-
from where you're at because of just the noise coming from outside and the general noise coming. Like there's a lot of ambient noise going on here. So you got the noise of the creatures on the roof, noises from them outside and the town, and just the general murmuring of about 100 people. So there's
that's
conversations from that distance are going to be difficult to hear.
If
Alright.
only I would have stayed a fucking van. But
You
hear
might have
everything.
been under their thrall. You never know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure by now you would not have control of yourself.
Oh yeah, I'd be dead.
You'd be feasting with these current
Well, yeah,
vampires.
that's true.
Born.
That's true.
All right, I'm gonna send to Owen.
You're gonna send to Erwin? What are you gonna send to Erwin?
That is the only, because I just realized that the thing that I was thinking about is only a minute long, and I really can't do anything with that. Okay. I'm going to say, Erwin, us and the townsfolk, we're stuck in the church. Are you okay? Oops, that is one word. Can you send help? Fuck, what else can I say? In 1, 2. 8 more words. Were ravens? Could be an idea. Send.
You don't get a reply right away, but within maybe 5 minutes or so, you get a response. Erwin responds with, I'm glad to hear you are okay. We are fine. We took Raven form and escaped Valaki when the attack happened. Unfortunately, we cannot send help, as there are many of these creatures. Best hold out till daybreak. And that's what you get. So he didn't tell you how many, but from the tone in his voice, you get the impression there are a lot within the walls of Valaki right now, not just the 2 or 3 dozen or so that you've got at the church. There's probably... But it seems like that maybe Valaki is crawling with them right now.
Okay. I get more like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you get that sense that stay where you are if you're safe. Don't engage, stay where you are. It's the safest place to wait until daybreak.
Alright, well... Jarik. Owen is fine. They managed to get away, but they cannot give us any assistance with this. They actually said to stay here and keep everybody calm, I guess. I'm not sure. Not sure what they're doing here in the first place to like be surrounding everything. Why are they keeping us hostage? Are they waiting for us to leave? They don't seem like they need us to. Yeah. Anyway, he said to stay put.
Roll insight check, Jarik and Ulvan, since you're the two discussing this.
Yeah.
Natural 20. Look at that. Double natural 20s from... We got a natural 20 from Arcos and from Jarik tonight. And a natural 1. Both ends of the scale. Look at that. A natural 1 from Ulvan. So your insight is shit right now. You got no fucking clue.
Great.
Jarik, on the other hand, as you're discussing this, the mention of why are they trapping us here? Why haven't they just attacked? It's like, that's kind of the point. It's about keeping you unsettled, unnerved, forcing you into a position where you're not able to rest, and just a constant vigil of noise and sound and uneasiness. It's a scare tactic. 100%.
We need rest. Everybody needs rest. Is there any hymns that you think we could all participate in? A bit of kumbaya, relaxation. Get a bit of a sister act going.
Oh god. Strike 1, Stick. Strike 1.
I mean,
keep that up, and the vampire spawn may just attack you.
Ribble's pretty good with the flute. We might do maybe another shanty night. I don't know any hymns that these would be helpful in this situation.
Does your religion not have hymns?
Not of the joyous and wonderful one that you would normally think would be associated with church.
Maybe you can offer up a prayer for everybody.
I mean, they're also you know what? Maybe we can ask that old lady who is praying to the morning lord, god, person.
This morning, Lord.
Morning wood. I mean,
Morning wood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, that was the name of our previous campaign's party in our home game. Was the Morning Wood.
I think that might be a little bit, instead of a foreign god, I think we should ask them to offer their prayers to their own god.
Collectively, not individually.
Yeah.
I'm suggesting we need to calm everybody down to the point where they feel relaxed enough to sleep.
Okay.
To rest, at the very least.
Yeah. Well, isn't everyone collectively
some are, some aren't. Like, for the most part,
like,
you've got people. Some people, you got some people knelt in their own prayer. You got other people that are just huddled together, trying not to break down. Like, there are segregated groups here. It's about this point that Arcos, you return to the room from the room beyond. And rejoin the people huddled in the church.
You have prayed, and I have returned now.
The Antichrist.
Yeah. I mean, if there's a Christ, there's got to be an answer. Anyway.
Yeah, totally.
Is there a way to get closer to the roof? Is there an attic area, not in the main
churchyard, not in the main church room. It's like really high gated ceilings, so it's like you got your rafters and stuff, and you got candled chandeliers that hang from the top, like real basic chandeliers, and then these stained glass windows around. So it's a typical church, like high ceilings, rafters, no way to so that's why that's quite loud in here with him on the roof, because they're virtually on. It's a tiled roof, like clay tiles. So every now and again you hear one of those clay tiles slip and slide down the side of the building, sort of thing, and hit the ground because they're skittering around on the roof.
I have a question.
Yes.
Normally at the front of a church, there's a bell tower.
Is there a rope for the bell? There is a bell tower at the rear of this church, and the rope for the bell is in the back behind the altar. So there is, just not where you can get it.
Knowing what I know, they're sensitive to noise.
Potentially. I mean, you were sensitive to noise as a new vampire spawn.
Yeah, but if they're right up there by the bell,
you could try it.
Yeah. So Arcos would be looking to see if there's any other rooms, and he just sort of looks around and eyeballs everyone in the group and see how they're doing, and the general vibe of everyone's uneasy because of course there's these things outside and you can hear them on the roof. I mean,
your group, your friends seem to be somewhat together. I mean, Orvan and Jarika in conversation, you can see them sort of talking backwards and forwards. Ripple is sitting with a group of children and is basically playing with them, and they seem to be every now and again people look up at the ceiling because they hear a noise, but for the most part people are relatively calm at the moment. Reed is still stood at the front door. Every now and again he'll look over his shoulder back to the group and he probably spies you, and his attention moves back to the vampire spawn at the front of the church. And you can see from where you're at that they're still there. They haven't made any advancement on the church. Doors are still slung wide open.
Yeah. So Arcos would stop and sort of like look over to Ripple for a bit, and like just this small like smile would sort of creep on over his face. He's like, oh, you know, it's good to see, you know, Ripple sort of helping in that aspect. And he sort of, you know, thinks back to, you know, days long gone now, and then he'll go up to Reed and he's like, we probably can close the doors now, and I wonder if you might help me take a look around this church, see if there's anything we can do to ease the minds of the people in here. Those things are not going away.
I mean, I had an idea. I don't know what'll happen if we do it, but we might be able to get him off the roof at least.
What are you thinking? I almost thought about shooting one, but I feel like that might get them to come in here. So if you got better than
there's
that...
a bell. And when I was, you know, noise, you can hear everything. They can hear everything. They can hear us talking right now. Probably, because we're in the doorway.
I mean, they're aware we're in here, so...
All right, but
more noise isn't gonna...
I could hear things from hundreds of meters away. Like they were right next to me.
Yeah. I was wondering if there was a way to get closer to the ceiling, perhaps.
I mean, maybe if you climb the bell, the rope to the bell, you can get up to the bell, and that's open.
That sounds really painful, though. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, and he sort of, like, grabs his ears, and he's like...
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I know. Like, but it's an idea. I mean...
It is an idea. I mean, I can't see how it would make things worse. I mean, we should probably let everyone know that we're going to do it, rather than scare the shit out of everyone.
But the only problem is, if we ring the bell, it could cause them to attack.
I feel like if they were going to come inside,
they haven't moved. They're watching us. And,
there's a lot on the roof. Like,
how do you know?
Went outside.
Do that thing again?
Yeah, it's. I mean, I need to know how it works. I've only just, like I said, I can only just now do this thing in this place, and I kind of wanted to know if, like, they could see me. And maybe they could see me, I don't know. One of them ran right past me and didn't clock me, but he was concentrating on a young man that he ripped in half and dragged up to the roof. Maybe he just tasted better. Well, I'm sure I'm delicious. Anyway, let's see about enacting this idea.
Like I said earlier, earlier, our best chance is light.
Yeah. Well, we can put it to the group and see what people think. Maybe someone will know that that's not a good idea, but...
I mean, well, let's board the door first then, before we do anything. I mean, we can watch and see what they do as we board the door. I mean, if they come closer... I mean, as long as they don't rush the door when we close the door, we can close the door.
Don't like a closed door policy. Get upset about it. You can't close the door on me.
They're not your mother.
No closed door around here, young man. I know what you're up to in
there. So with that, you decide to close the doors. So it'll take the two of you because they're big, heavy doors. Mm-hmm. So one on each door, you sort of push forward and you push them closed. And as you're watching these creatures, as you close the door, they make no movement towards the door at all. You swing the doors closed, they close with a heavy thud, causing a lot of people to sort of gasp and look towards the door and then realise what's happening and sort of calm a moment. To that point, a couple of younger men actually get up and help you with the big heavy bar for the door. And the four of you place the heavy bar and bar the doors. You get grateful sort of looks from these two guys and from other people too that for your assistance. You now it does dull the noise from the roof somewhat. Not too much, but you don't get that noise from the group out the front now either. So it does sort of tone things down just a tad. People are still uneasy. You can see it in their faces. Still glances to the roof when noises are heard on the roof, especially when you hear what can only be described as the sound of something like bones breaking or bones crunching. Like you get a sound of that bone on bone kind of sound, muffled as it is. It's very distinctive. Arcos, you would probably know more than anyone what that is, as you said they did take a body to the roof. So
should we look around first, or you want to really set on this bell thing?
I'd say you sort of come together as a group so you can talk as a group about it.
Yeah.
It's your idea. Go for it.
Going on.
You know how noise was really loud? I'm thinking about ringing the bell.
Ooh.
I just don't know what'll happen. Well, I don't know. I might need somebody else to ring the bell. I'm not that big.
Almost
I
tempted
mean, I'm
to say,
strong. But,
we're here, we're okay, they're not moving.
well, it might
We're
get them
gonna
off the
need-
roof
They're not hurting
and
us.
make it easier to sleep.
Yeah, they're keeping
Yeah.
people awake though,
It's-
Ripple.
We're keeping
it's-
people awake.
Yeah, they're not hurting
Yeah.
you, but yes, the sound, even
Yeah, the
to
sound's
you,
not
Ripple,
good.
the sound of them skittering on the
horrible.
roof it's just constant. They're constantly moving. You
Do
can
we
hear
think
them
that the
scaling.
bell-
You can hear them scaling the wall and up onto the roof, and they're sort of moving down the side and back up the roof. Like it's constant. It's this constant
If I
sound
rem-
and movement.
If I remember rightly, and it's a noise as loud as that bell would make me run for the hills.
I mean, me myself, being that close to a bell, it would. I
it's
wouldn't be able to
loud.
hear for a
Yeah.
while.
It's definitely
Right.
loud. But whether it would bother them or not, you're not entirely sure. You know
Is it gonna
what
bother
you
them
do
or
know
them?
as your time as with contracting the vampire virus in that short time that you were afflicted, that your processing of sound was overwhelming to begin with. But
Oh,
Right.
I would say you would also have an understanding that you don't know how long these creatures have been the way that they are.
Right.
Are they new? Will it have the same effect on them, or are they under complete control? Are they being controlled? You don't know. There's a lot of unknowns. So it's up to you what you do in the end.
So the plan, the idea is just to make them get off the roof. I can probably do that without sound, if we don't want to freak out the townspeople.
I mean, we're
Yeah,
gonna
Ooh,
tell
good
them
help.
first.
What are you thinking though? Because I feel like a
mean-
bell is not like aggressive. It's just. That's my only worry. I don't want to.
It's just
I don't wanna,
an
like-
effect.
I feel like it'd let the other people in town know that there are people here too.
Yeah,
True.
like it's kind of like a sign, like a lighthouse in the
Burgomaster.
dark.
Hmm.
Yeah, that too.
But then, I'm assuming if there's a bell on the roof, there's a gap for this rope. So whether it draws the attention of these creatures and they find a way in,
Well, usually
they
in
didn't
a
walk
bell
through the door
tower-
though. So
In a bell tower, usually it's not like it's for sound to get out, not like birds can get in, but a human really. You hang the bell up there so that sound can get out.
I mean, I feel like we talk to the people in here first. We're not gonna just ring the bell and then like
Well, yeah, we have
surprise.
to tell
ding,
them.
ding, ding.
Yeah, we have to tell them.
The dinner bell, man. Everyone's
Yeah.
here. Come and feed.
I mean, that could happen.
How
Let's
close
leave it
do
up
you
to
have
them. It's, I mean, it's their life. I mean, they're the ones who have their kids and lives are.
Yeah.
I mean,
How close do you have to be to cast this effect, Orban?
30 feet.
How are you gonna get?
How tall is it to the ceiling?
20 feet.
Cool.
Fuck. I think it's a fail
the effect
safe.
would work. Like it would go through the.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that I know what I think she's thinking. So I know the effect would more than likely pass through the roof. So it would definitely project 10 feet out to the ceiling.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if you need line of sight or not. Let's
I'm
have a
also
look.
wondering if there's any way to get closer to the ceiling, like if one of these rooms have a loft.
That's something we'd
Someone's
have
got
to
a ladder.
find.
Oh,
ladder?
see, can hear me, so they can probably hear me.
I mean, they can hear you.
We've just discussed that. Yeah.
Yeah, they can definitely hear you. I mean, you would understand. I mean, talking to Reed and Ripple, that whatever you guys are discussing right now, they can hear you.
Yeah.
They have
As they
very,
start to
very
put
good hearing.
Ear plugs in because I'm like, oh yeah, you're gonna ring the bell.
But I think that you're right in at least letting other town people know that we're here too, because we have no other means of communication. So I think that's a good idea.
I'd like to check out the rest of this place before we do that. So the guy, the gravedigger that was helping the father with the man we brought here, who is also not here anymore. He was taken, or I can't imagine
he's
he moved
healed.
under his.
He's cured. The church works.
I feel like that's optimistic. But yeah, the other guy was like dead under the bed, drained of blood. And so like I got his body out from under the bed, and he's covered with a sheet. There's signs of a struggle, and the window was open, and there's a fair drop from the window, but I kind of assume that thing that ripped the father in half maybe took the guy we saved, which we were told not to interfere, and then we did.
Wait, hang on. Did he have any bite marks?
I mean, it was pretty obvious he'd been drained of blood, so I didn't poke around and look for holes.
Do we need to not have that inside? Just a question.
I poked him a bit. He seemed alright.
It seemed.
Look, I don't deal
It
with
seemed
the
like
dead.
to you it seemed like he'd been dead for a while. Like it wasn't recent.
Looked like he'd been eaten, not turned.
When I was
Like,
looking
or
through
drank?
when I was looking through the father's
Sippy cup.
room, I found a document that said that there is evil within Valaki, and I made special note of that because it's not saying anywhere else, but specifically Valaki. And as I mentioned to Orvan earlier, there were bones of Saint Andrew under the church, but they are also gone. The father found that they were missing.
Argos.
I wonder if they would have kept whatever that
You
was
said
away.
that the guy that was helping take care of him was dead.
Yeah.
Was he dead too?
Look,
What
I poked him. He
Hold on.
didn't move.
What if the guy we helped was actually working for the guy with the red eyes? And he killed him, took the bones.
Or
How could he know we would have brought him here? Like, what sort of plan is that?
The guy with the red eyes, no, like, how does he talk to us?
I don't know. It was stupid of us to save the guy in the first place. We were told
Well,
not
yeah,
to
I
interfere,
mean,
and we did.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, exactly. And
I feel like this is
He didn't
like
look like
repercussions
those.
for fucking around, and we found out, and now all these people are finding out too.
I mean, now we know.
He says that quietly so that only the things on the roof can hear. He's not willing to alarm the townsfolk.
I'd imagine
got
you've,
their
I'd
earmuffs
imagine
on
you're either talking lowly enough or you've moved into a more private space to talk.
Yeah, let's go hang
I'm
out.
not that. I'm not
wouldn't
that
say
bad.
the dead
I'm not
body.
that nasty as a DM to say. Well, actually, this person over here
How does he
starts a
talk to
riot,
us?
and the whole town jumps you and fucking mobs you while you're here.
They throw
Hey
us
everyone,
out the
it's
front
our
door.
fault. You were right. Start mobbing again.
That one dude stands up and fucking knew it.
Fucking knew it.
Oh, fuck.
You
Wait.
bastards.
I mean, to be fair, they're townsfolk. You'd probably be able to fucking cream through them pretty quickly as without any hassles.
Be like that scene from The Kingsman. I'm ready for it. I'm keen. Let's go. Put on the Freebird. We're on.
Awesome.
What, Reed? You had an epiphany just then? No.
I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to verify this before I like.
That's where you've gone wrong.
Have I ever? Okay, the shadow.
Yes, the shadow.
Have you ever
Yes.
seen it change what it looks like?
No, it has always
I'm
remained the same.
wondering. Okay, because that's
It's
what
always
I was
remained.
like,
What you saw in that picture is what you've always seen. It's how it's always
Always seen,
appeared
right.
to anyone that's seen
I
it.
can't remember.
Yeah. So I mean, you
I
all
saw
saw
he
it
had
in the
long shadow and
distance.
stuff.
Yeah, you saw it in the distance at the lake. So you've all seen it there. For those of you that have interacted with it within your mind's eye, that's the form it's always had.
Right.
It's just an ever-present shadow of a man. Very like it's just a very
wanderer.
imposing figure, and it's always his face is always hidden. Every time the light, you think the light's going to illuminate his face, it just shifts into darkness, and all you can see is the eyes. And even the eyes don't have like any humanity to them. It's just a red, sort of orange-red glow.
It's a shame he doesn't carry a oversized sword that he drags along the ground and sits in a chair and just starts shaking.
Lordy.
Right.
Well, anyway,
So-
that guy couldn't have been under the thrall of the red-eyed dude because it was 2 days ago those bones were taken. It wasn't. We literally just dropped him off.
Yeah, you
Last night.
literally
Yes, sir.
had him. He
Yeah.
was there this morning, basically.
Yeah.
So, like, good thread, but not.
Just whipped to shit. Anyway, let's
Fair enough.
explore this place a bit and then come back and decide.
Try to
what
find
we're
you a
gonna do.
ladder.
Yeah.
So anyone who's
Do you realize I
exploring,
can climb?
yeah. So anyone who's exploring,
No. You,
Investigation.
You fell last time.
I will cast whoever's wanting to explore. I'll cast Spider Climb on them.
we don't really need to just looking
Yeah,
around at
not
this
yet.
point.
we find a ladder.
Well, I figured that somebody needed to.
I mean, in this main chamber, you've got no access to the ceiling. It's all rafters. I mean, you would have to climb to get access to be closer to the ceiling.
Oh, I don't actually know what I rolled then.
Investigation for Arcos is 22. So anyone who's helping look around, roll investigation. Anyone who's not, don't worry about it. So you got 15. Well, Reed's not doing fuck all. You're looking around, you trip over your big toe, and you're looking at the ground. So that's a 2. 14 from Jarik, 22 from Arcos, 15 from Ripple. Orvan, are you looking with them, or are you staying in the main area trying to keep people calm? Or are you gonna... What are you doing?
I just want to be like mostly up near the altar
Okay.
area, and then try and make some like eye contact with that lady who was the helpful lady.
Easily
To
enough
see
done.
if we can do like a, I don't know, something towns like that everybody can participate in.
Okay. So, I mean, talking to her, she's more than happy to help lead the people in a group prayer, but she does inform you that not everybody follows the Morning Lord. Not everyone agrees with the Baron's way of thinking in religion. It seems that's very much the Baron, although she herself doesn't care what the Baron says. She follows the Morning Lord, but she's happy to try and at least get people to participate as much as possible. So she starts sort of discussing that with you, and she starts discussing it with a few other people as well. starts milling around trying to get people involved, to get them into more of a group facing the altar to maybe look at that. So
or
those of
even
you,
like a story.
yeah, kind of. So those of you that are looking around, you first go back into the chamber where the body is, and body is still there. It is unmoving, definitely ensanguinated, completely, almost a dry husk by now. Like it's just there's no bodily fluids left. There is a small door leading off the back of this room, and going into there you do find a small hallway which leads to another small door which leads you into the bell tower. Looking up the bell tower, there is a ladder which does take you up to a trap door which allows access to the bell. The rope comes through the floor, as like there's sort of room. So yes, there's a big enough hole so you got a bit of it's a good sized rope. So there's a hole through the floor. There is a noticeable trap door that you can see there with the ladder leading to it. It's kind of hard to see even with the torchlight. It's quite high. The bell tower, like it's sort of 20 feet to the church ceiling. The bell tower rises another sort of 15 feet above that. It's being a lot higher than the church itself. So it's kind of hard to see whether it's locked or not from here. But another door leads off and leads into another small hallway which leads back around to the another small room. Looks like it might be an interment room. This is where bodies would come to be looked after before being buried. Tools around the place would suggest that. Another small door leads into a smaller, sort of like a 5-6 foot corridor leading back into the cleric's chambers, to Father Petrich's chambers. So there's not much other spaces to get above rather than the bell tower and the main church room itself. Everything else is sort of lower.
The bell's a bad idea.
Is this what you're telling Argos?
Yeah, it's a bad idea. They ring the bell at the end of the day and at the beginning of the day.
They do.
What if people think that's a sign of it's safe?
You are quite correct. The bell sounds at dawn, and the bell sounds at dusk every day.
It just popped in my head. I'm like, they might see it as a good, yeah.
It's kind of why we were going to talk to people first, because they'd be able to tell us like whether they have a bell for emergencies.
That's true.
Ring the shit out of it. There's problems.
Yeah, like 3 times for stay the fuck inside.
We'd ask the father, but he's
yeah.
You know.
He's beside himself.
I feel like the oldest person the oldest person in the church may know.
Yeah, that lady that Orvan was trying to get to do prayer stuff when we. Yeah.
Sorry, that just popped into my head. So
no. That's good thinking. Still kind of want to go up there.
I mean, there's a ladder.
Arcos backs round to the ladder, and even if he's just to see if it's locked. I mean, those creatures have not come inside with an open door, so they're not gonna like sneak through or fucking like let's get through this way. Like,
not that you're aware of, no.
Well, they clearly don't need to sneak anywhere.
No, there's enough of them that sneaking is probably not an option.
Just come in here and rip everyone apart, you know. So Arcos will climb the ladder and see if the.
So it's a good climb, 25-30 feet or so to the trapdoor. I mean, no need for checks. You can climb a ladder. It's not difficult. You get to the trapdoor, and it indeed has a small iron padlock, which seems to be perfectly secure.
Slides back down like a true rogue.
The rogue in me wants to pick the lock, but I'm like, there's not much point.
Do it!
Steal me some metal for some armor. But they don't need a bell.
Just like melting down all the locks I underneath. It's like, here, build a fucking suit armor.
Yeah, build a chest plate out of melted down padlocks.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, but that's
I'm gonna unlock it. Right? I am gonna unlock it.
You gonna try and unlock it?
Because I can relock it. It's not
You
like...
could. Oh, exactly. So, roll
But that
your thieves' tools.
would that be lockmail?
Lockmail. 24. Look at that. That is a relatively simple lock. It is not difficult to unlock, and this lock gives up its secrets relatively easily, as for a 24. Your rogue skills are adept.
And I will slowly open and sort of just like, have my eyes above the lip and just sort of...
There's nothing in the bell tower. Like you can see, looking around, there's enough room to get up and walk out there. Like the bell is quite large, but there's enough room around the outside of the bell for someone to walk around. So it looks like it would have been used for maintenance, to get up and maybe clean the bell, make sure it doesn't get dirty or mildewy, covered in mold and stuff, so it wouldn't sound right. Maintenance on the area itself, but there's definitely enough room to walk around. There's nothing that you can see close.
And the bell doesn't look in like...
No,
because of course we've been talking about the bell.
Yeah,
and
it looks like it's in pretty good
roof.
condition. It's not moving.
Yeah. And of course there'd be open air bits,
Yes.
and I can't see any of those things up here.
Nope, not near the bell, not at all. I mean, it is dark outside. I'm not sure. You've got dark vision, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
You don't,
I think
so-
I've only got the dark vision that you've given me.
Yeah.
Like the...
So you've got your basic night vision that would maybe see a few feet and sort of in front of you at night. So from what you can tell, you can't see any movement in this immediate area.
Yeah. Alright. And then I'll go back down and put the lock back.
Yeah, and with a 24, you're able to relock it
Snap
again
it back.
easily enough. It's not like typical padlock, which locks when you close it. You've actually got to lock these ones.
Yeah.
The ye olde padlocks, which need a key to lock and unlock them.
Yeah.
But easy enough relocked, and you come back down.
It all looks pretty good up there. I didn't even see any of those things or hear them, so...
Oh, you would have probably heard them, but they weren't
up.
close. Yeah, they weren't close to the bell.
Because I mean, Leprone sensors. I'm assuming most of that's ears, but
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so good at perception.
Indeed.
I guess we find out whether ringing the bell is an appropriate thing to do, and if not, maybe Orvan can do some clericy shit and,
So you head back into the main chamber, or main church room. Orvan it seems that this woman has managed to gather a good 80-85% of the group to move into a position where she can lead them in a group prayer to try and calm people's nerves and hopefully get people to try and at least rest, even if they can't sleep, to get some form of rest. And she starts to do so. She starts leading them in prayer, enabling you guys to sort of step aside and talk quietly if you wanted to during this time.
To the lady. That she can step away. Sorry, what is your name? I keep...
Esmeralda is my name. Esmeralda.
Oh dear. Well, there's a hunchback in a tower somewhere that needs your help.
Yes. This is why I use this name.
Yeah. We do want to ring the bell, so...
Exactly.
Yes.
Why do you think it made me think about Esmeralda? Like, come on.
We can be hunched while we're doing
We're
it.
talking about bells and towers and...
God. What's that? Nope, we're not going down this road. Is there a one? No, wait, I'm not the one that knows this information.
No,
That's
you're
not
not.
me. That's you guys.
Yeah.
As long as someone
So-
asks.
Yeah, so Arcos would be like, we're thinking about the possibility of ringing the bell. The creatures on the roof, we believe, are quite sensitive to loud noises. We're not 100% sure, but also we're wondering if there's any way to let the rest of the town know that we are safe, but it is not safe to go outside. Like, we don't want to ring the bell and have everyone go, oh, it's fine now. Like, is there a warning bell ring that you know of for this church?
The lady Esmeralda, she says, well, yes, there is warning for danger, but I think that time has passed, don't you?
Well, we don't want to warn them of danger, but ringing the bell means there's someone in here. But we also don't want people to think, it's safe to go outside.
From what I saw running here, I think everybody is aware that it is not safe to go outside.
Yeah, just want to keep them that way.
But we also, the reason is, we think ringing the bell would get them off the roof and give everyone a little more peace of mind. So it'd be more to get them off the roof, but also tell people don't go outside. We're not saying it's safe, if that makes sense.
And how long would it keep them off the roof once you ring bell? Would they not just come back?
It could disorient them for, a while if they, you have your balance, how it works. It can just set them off.
You seem to know better than I, but I am not sure that this is a good idea. I will leave it up to you to decide. We must calm the people. I'm not sure that the ringing the bell would keep people calm. I can ask them what they think.
We certainly aren't going to be ringing the bell without people knowing we're going to ring the bell, but it's a thought.
So Esmeralda, temporary. Yeah, Esmeralda speaks up and sort of addresses everybody, and because she has said to you, she does say to you that she's not in charge. She's not in a position that people will listen to her. She's just an old lady or an elderly woman. But she does have some level of respect, it seems, from most of the people here.
Babushka.
And she does say, look, this is what she gives you the plan, like you want to ring the bell, and one sort of older gentleman stands up, and he's got one arm sort of missing at the elbow, like it's been missing for quite some time, and he's got a large scar across his face. And he goes, I worked city guard here for many years. We did have alert bells, obviously ring bell on the dawn to alert that it is the morning, and one at night to let people know that we're opening and closing gate. Warning bell was 4 bells for danger. However, that we did not get chance to because it was so sudden, whatever this is. But we do have signal to let people know that the church is a safe place, but we don't have anything to tell people not to come here. 5 bell, people come to church because they know church is safe. Probably not a good idea.
So if we were to do it, 4, not 5.
They would at least know that people are here and that danger still exists. Possibly.
Yeah. Which is part of the point.
Right. There's still hope for the town, in a sense.
And if it makes these things disappear from roof for even a short time, maybe some of us will get some sleep in that time.
Well,
I say let them ring bell. And he just speaks up and says, I think they should ring the bell. And a few murmurs go through the group, and another group of men sort of say, aye. A lot of ayes come up from most of the group saying, yeah, we should ring the bell. There's a few opposed, not many, definitely more for ringing the bell than opposed to it. That same guy that accused you of being responsible, basically he sort of grumbles something under his breath about you'll bring about the death of all of us kind of thing, and he gets a backhand from the old guy with the one arm and told to sit down and shut up.
Take out the back and kill him. No.
Just throw him out the window. Throw him out the window.
The old dude sort of reaches over and just gives him a backhand and tells him to sit down and shut up. And again, get that level of respect for it obviously being a former city guardsman and just having age, I guess. I mean, this guy seems like he's a bit of a loudmouth, but has got no real bravery. He's a bit of a coward when it comes down to it. And that you've seen dozens of them in your lifetime, Arcos. As a pirate, you've come across those people that love to speak up, but when it comes down to it, they have no bravery at all, and they'll sink in their shoes every time. So, it seems you've got the majority go ahead to ring the bell, if that's what you're intending to do.
Well, who's gonna ring the bell?
Reed already said he was too.
Well, the rope, you
strong
can
enough.
reach the rope. It's not hanging high up here. The rope hangs on the ground. Like anyone who knows anything about bell ring, the rope is not something they have to reach up and grab. It's hanging quite low.
It's connected to a wheel
Yeah,
that
yeah.
spins.
I mean, this one's a bit more primitive to that. It's literally ringing directly to the bell, like it's pulling a
it's just a
lever on
rope?
the bell. It's just a rope on a bell.
Oh, okay.
So
Drake
the
looks like
mechanism's
sort
at
of
the
man that'd ring a
top,
bell.
and it's got a
like a hammer?
lever. Yeah, it's got a lever off the side, and the rope is attached to that. So the force is needed to swing the bell, and then you've literally got to pull to slow the bell down to stop it from ringing as well. So it takes a bit of knack to ring a bell. It's not something you can just know how to do. So there will be a roll for this as well, on top of not just the strength. It will take two of you to ring this bell, at least.
Oh, I want Jarek to be Quasimodo. Damn it.
It will take two of you to ring it, and you will both need to
Well, I do
roll
have-
strength, and one of you will need to roll performance.
Well, I do also have grappling appendages, so
Yes, you do.
I'll have an extra set onto it.
So that will make that'll make the strength roll an advantage with two of you with the extra appendages.
Well,
But the performance roll will be to see if you can get it to ring just 4 times,
Fuck.
or whether you fuck it up and it rings 5 or less.
Who's got the skills for that?
Or someone can take a hammer and just go smack the side of that thing.
Is that as well? I don't think
I
it would have
didn't
the same
even think
effect,
about
but I don't think a hammer's going to have quite the same
is
effect.
not allowed to go anywhere near them.
What? I mean, I can't play him anyway.
I have a hammer. I have Smith's tools.
Yes, you do, but I don't think the hammer wouldn't be
No.
able to get it loud enough to make a difference.
Right.
It'd be like ringing
mean,
an
I'm
alarm. It'd be
always
like
down
ringing
to
a
help.
school bell.
It fucking hurt my ears, that's for sure.
It would, yes, it would.
I can help him.
For a week.
You'd be rolling a
someone-
con save for deafness and for how long?
We want someone who has good performance. There's no unmeta way to say that, but
Yeah. Well, you need someone who's going to be able. Well, it's part and parcel with strength, but it's definitely performance. It's a skill. Performance is the only skill I can sort of think.
Well,
Unless
I can give
unless
it
you
a
can,
go.
unless you can come up with another reason for another roll.
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand probably won't work.
I could go for a
Athletics
couple of the
potentially, dexterity based in athletics may be enough, or athletics. I think strength. It'd have to be strength related or performance.
Well, athletics is strength, and then acrobatics is dex.
So if you think that an athletics check would be better for you, then strength
Are we
would
all
definitely
having a
work.
go, or is
Two
just
people,
two of us?
just 2 people. You have
Two
to
people.
you have to choose
we're all
2
gonna
people.
just start ringing the bell together.
Help.
I mean,
Would you like me to help, Jurek?
You're welcome to.
I feel like I'm more athletic than you are performative. I'll say that.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna
Jarek
guide
and
it to whoever
Reed.
the hell.
If I can do athletics, if I
Yep,
can,
I'll allow athletics
that
because it's going to be like it's a skill to ring a bell, right? So your strength is your skill, and it's going to take strength to get it to stop ringing as well as to get it to start ringing. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah, that works for me.
So Jarek and Reed are going to be our bell ringers. So we're first going to need a strength check at advantage from both of you. The DC for this is 15.
Is it alt
Oh,
for that? Or
Yeah, alt for advantage, yes. So we got a 10 from Derek. And we got a 15. So we got one meeting and one below. So that effectively brings your average down below 15 between the two of you. So it's a struggle. This is going to increase the DC for your athletics check, just so you know. You're able to get it started. It's a struggle. Like the two of you, you've never rung a bell before. You're not entirely sure what you're doing. So that first pull, you sort of get it kind of moving, and you get a bit of a clunk as the hammer just touches the bell but doesn't really do anything. Next pull, you manage to start getting it to ring. Rings once. The second time, you want it to ring. Was it 4 times you wanted it to ring?
4 times.
Third ring. On the fourth ring, you're wanting it to stop. So this is where your athletics comes in. So I want you to roll your athletics check. You're looking at a DC 16. So this is all on you.
Oh, you guys didn't add guidance as well.
Yeah, you were guidanced. So you can roll as a D4 for guidance.
Both of us? No, we can't be both of us.
No, it'd be just Reed.
It's only one of us.
Yeah.
So I should roll D4 for this?
Yes, D4.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the dice tray should work now. I'll look at that, and a 4, which gives you a 17. So Reed, you it's a struggle. Like I said, you with your flat roll of a 13, you think, shit, am I going to be able to stop it before it rings on that 5th ring? And just muscle memory with the guidance from Orvan seems to kick in, and you manage to put all your weight, and with Jarek there as well, obviously helping, but all your weight sort of at the right exact moment sort of lifts you off the ground, which is enough. You hear that hammer just kiss the inside of the bell ever so slightly, not enough to cause a full ring from the bell.
I had an idea for that. Let's go to March.
What happens now? Probably should have done that first.
True, I would have gotten advantage.
Would have made an advantage. But what happens is 2 things. The bell rings out 4 times. Somewhere in the distance, you hear another bell ring twice. Not a huge bell. It's probably only a bell. It sounds like it's about half the size of the current bell, but it rings twice from somewhere in the city. It's muffled from where you hear it. But you do hear the sound of movement on the roof, moving away from the bell. They move, and for maybe 2 or 3 minutes, you hear no noise from the roof. Only for 2 or 3 minutes. As you move your way back into the main church room, the noise is concentrated at the front of the church. They've moved obviously as far away from the bell as possible. Now that the bell is no longer ringing, you can hear them starting to move back across the church ceiling. It's definitely too loud for them at the bell, 100%. That'd be too loud for anyone, and human or inhuman. But it has not had the desired effect of moving them off the roof, as you would hope. However, when you make it back to the main room, that old gentleman, the one-armed gentleman, comes up to you and says, you heard the reply, yes? This is from Burgermeister's mansion. It is a reply to say that they understand. It has been noted. So there are other people in town still. Most a pity. As he turns and goes and sits back down with the group.
Again, just give him a wink.
As he obviously is not a supporter of the Baron. And with that, Esmeralda starts leading the group in a group prayer. For the most part, most people are joining in, and you see some of the others that were opposed to it start to join in, as well as the murmuring of voices is somewhat calming, even to yourselves in this moment. Some candles are snuffed out, others are left going as a form of some semblance of safety, I guess, being inside the church. Knowing these creatures have not made any effort to make it into the church, there's probably some semblance of good anyway. And eventually sleep does find everybody, for the most part. there are a few that stir through the night. I'd say even yourselves have a very not undisturbed rest. You are able to rest, but you wake on and off through the night with different sounds, paranoia. Do you guys set up a watch through the night? Is probably
I was
the
gonna
question.
with my back to the door.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, no need to
So no one can unbar it.
no need to say who's first or second. Like, as long as there's a watch rotation through the night, and I would imagine that probably a couple of the Valakians also agree to do the same.
I would also set up an alarm at the front door.
Okay.
And it would be audible this time, not mental.
Yep. No, duly noted. You will find rest. Watches go without incident, apart from the obvious, the continuing noise from the ceiling, and whoever's on that final watch into the dawn hours, the noise stops about an hour before sunrise, and everything seems calm, like that sort of half hour before the sun does come up. Again, very overcast and very cloudy in this land. It seems to be perpetual. It's very rare that you actually see the sun during the day, but
Still feel it.
you still feel the lightness of the day as it comes through the windows, and eventually, after maybe an hour or so after sunrise, the doors are opened, and as you open the doors, the streets are no longer infested with these inhuman creatures. Moving out of the church, heading back towards the center of town or to the inn, wherever you decide to head, body parts, blood is strewn through the streets. For the 100 or so that made it to the church, I would say about the same did not make it at all. There is just signs of a massacre throughout the streets of Valaki, and for the most part it looks like most of the dead are guardsmen. They're wearing uniforms and armor, a few civilians as well, but it seems that the watchmen here did not flee. They did not run from their duties. They did what they could to save the civilian populace as best they could, and have paid the ultimate price for it. Cleanup starts. Other city watchmen, you can all take a long rest as well too, guys. Other city watchmen start to emerge and start collecting body parts and bodies and start the cleanup within the township of Valaki. You head back to the Blue Water Inn. The doors are locked. There's no one there. You are able to get to your room because it's through the outside of the inn anyway. So you're able to go back to your rooms if you wish, unless you wish to help with cleanup or you want to do something else. But it's probably a good time to end the session there anyway. And we'll deal with that on the next session, session 27, which will be the aftermath of St. Andrew's Feast. Thank you very much, players, for joining me this evening for our session 26 of the Land of the Lost, aka Curse of Strahd, my reimagining of the Curse of Strahd. Chat, thank you very much for hanging out, appreciate it. We will be back in a couple of weeks with the next session and the aftermath of said events. The players have got a little bit of information. We have some information about the bones of St. Andrew. They've visited Blinsky's Toys and got a little bit of information there. What they do next is up to them. Do they leave and head for a dinner date with Prince Strahd? Or do they stay and investigate Essex Strasny a little further? Or do they investigate the bones of St. Andrew, perhaps? Multiple choices, multiple paths to take. Thank you very much.
Or do we get rid of the Baron?
Or do you attempt to overthrow the Baron? Another option.
You didn't help the townspeople. Let's go.
With that being said, good evening, thank you very much, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
End. Didn't press the